Good evening, builders. Welcome back to Tovisum. We're going to continue on with our Shadow Empires play. Last time around, we had a relatively peaceful episode, if I had to label it anything. We have expanded our borders quite a bit, basically 2 logistical maximums. We are stretched quite thin on the south, although it's been relatively quiet and peaceful. We do have a warmonger neighbor that will probably be a problem in the very near future. And we did see that major who is winning down here. Apparently we are friends at the moment, weirdly enough. So that is of quite a bit of concern to me. We discovered a lot of different relics over here. So we are setting up to do some salvaging and hopefully we'll get some goodies. We have 1 rare and I believe 2 uncommons. The rare is where we get the good stuff. Ideally we'll pull a cloning vat. That's what I would like the most. Beyond that, we did make a logistics hub down here, so getting started. We did get some metal, although it is really far out of the way. What are you showing me here? Free Folk Cave, right. 100 colonists, right. Okay. We found a bunch of oil, which is whatever, some rare metals. A pretty low amount here. In fact, we probably should peripherally mine this. Hopefully I will remember to do that right off the bat here. We are relatively well stocked on the western front. We would like to get up to here, I believe we decided is going to be our next gas station. And that's basically going to claim this chunk for us. Hopefully we'll find some resources up here, but at bare minimum, it gets us this. It gets us a spot where we can... I would probably send the road up this way. Going through this mountain would be rather expensive. A collector's cave. Oh, look at that. +1 machinery. Well, that would have been rather nice to start with. Other than that, though, not really seeing too much of note here. I guess a volcano could be useful at some point, but this is a long ways away. We would need another staging city basically over here. That's a decent amount of free folk. I did notice, though, on our other front, in the north, we've got blue here, and blue's been quiet, but I did notice this. So blue has taken a second spot. I don't have enough info about it, but it is a size 4 city. I believe size 4 is 100,000 people, something like that. So unfortunately, they do finally have a second city. So I can no longer say, well, at least they don't have that. Did we see a jump in their victory points? Yes, I believe they were at 4 something before. So jumped up to 6, and that was probably mostly via population. So something to worry about a little bit. We are getting the assault. I keep calling it assault. I'm not sure that's actually what it is. Let me look here. The armored army. When the armored army is done, I want to get like at least 2 of these out, and then I'm probably banging the war drums against blue. Before that, though, I don't want to do grind combat if I can help it, because that's just not a winning proposition. You do get victory points based on the number of population that you have. So if you're doing grind combat, you're hurting yourself in that you're hurting your population percent. And holy moly, it might just have a tickly hair or something in my headset today. Okay, let me check in with chat here, and then we will get a going. As usual, we'll probably just need to roll a turn to catch up where we're at. Raw weirdness, heading to bed. We'll catch up on the VOD. Cool, I'll see you there. Babel is California. No, I'm up in the Pacific Northwest. Just finished part 3. Have to say hi and then leave in an hour. All right, well, welcome in, Dragon. Aru, Union, Dimbones, Miles, welcome in. Wolf. Hey, Tommy. What happened in the desert game? I'm not sure what you mean by desert game. Give me a little more info. If you're talking about season 4, the jungle world, we lost, basically. If you're talking about desert as in the Forgotten Wars, well, you'll just have to watch the Forgotten Wars and see how that ended. Okay, I also wanted to bring up, and I even brought up the page so I would have it correct. I had a great conversation in the comments with Enamorian, and they were explaining their thought process on selling metal and rare metals and buying machines, at least in the early game. And they actually brought me around to their way of thinking. So their point was, when we do an artisanal production of machines, at bare minimum, we have to pay 20 metal, 20 rares, and 20 industrial points. There's no way around this. If I queue up one machine, we are spending 20 and 20. So their argument was, in the early game especially, we should be coming in here and checking the price of machines. So one machine right now is 139 credits. Let's round it up to 140. And if I can sell 20 metal and or 20 rares for the price of the machine, I should do that. And you can see right here, at the current machine price, we could afford multiple machines for the price of one in resources. So they are 100% correct. In the early game, assuming you can do it, as long as you're not selling more than 20 and 20 to buy your machine, you're coming out ahead. So I kept saying, well, I'm saving rares. Well, I'm not really, because I still have to spend the 20. And in this example, even if we paid for that machine with only rares, we could do it right here. So I would only spend 6 rare metals and I would get my machine, saving 14 rares and 20 metal and 20 IP. And the early game, when you're trying to save up for that light industry, 20 IP is important. Like that's a really big thing. So thank you again to Anamorian for patiently explaining what they were trying to say to me, because they were 100% right. Marion says, Babel. Well, Marion, blue will taste so good when we eat them. I hope so. Probably like, you know those blue candy canes? Probably something like that, I would assume. Now, you do need to watch the prices, I will say, because sometimes machines skyrocket and they're ridiculous. And you also might have, there's just not enough available. But if there is a machine available, that's a way more efficient way to do it. At this point even, I mean, it still would be worth my time, right? So next time we need machines, we will probably buy some that way. In fact, we're going to do that right now because we're going to need some machines. So let's go to trade. Let's go to sell. And I will sell rares. I don't know if I want to sell 89. You know what? For that amount of credits, I think I am willing to do that. It's only 89. We have 2 sources now. I will finally sell some rares. And buying, we're just going to buy up all the machines. So 8 machines for 1,000 credits. So I'm getting double the amount of machines for the amount of rares I just sold. And I used no metal to do it.
Aye, aye,
so big win on that one. No, I hadn't, Wolf. Like I said, in my mind, I was like, oh, no, I want to save the rares. I don't want to sell them. Now, of course, it is price dependent, right? Like the rares that we just sold were, I believe, 25 a pop. If the price is crap, like if I sold all my food right now, 3,400 credits, but I would sell all my food, that would not be worth it for 955 credits. So it is going to depend on the prices you're seeing, but you should check it. And you can check it super easy, right? Like the price of the machine is 20 and 20, and you can literally just see, is that higher or lower than the price of a machine? So great tip on that one. I love, and like I said, I always say, I love learning things. So even hard-headed Babel once in a while can be taught a new trick. Also, something that everyone in Dom 6 multiplayer excels spreadsheets their research goals. It just depends, you know, some people are different in different games for sure. Okay, that all being said, let's do a little audit here. So we're still losing a little bit of food. We were planning on building hydroponics here. It looks like we're working on a truck station currently, so I'm not going to fiddle with that, but that's high on the priority list. Okay, over in Union Junction, it looks like we're basically kind of maxed out. We could do an Industry 2. I thought we started an Industry 2 somewhere. I guess not. Maybe we talked about it. Okay, we may be starting an Industry 2 very soon. And what do you have? Oh, maybe it was Bureaucratic Office I was thinking of. Bureau 2, Bureau 2, Bureau 2. Man, we need more metal. We just really, and I need to save some metal because if we're going to build all those tanks, that's also going to be expensive. Okay, we have actually built everything we had queued up down here. Okay, so barracks, university, hospital, that means we need vidcom. We can double check. Yeah, we have no entertainment points here. Let's go ahead and do that. So government, vidcom. Okie dokie indeed. And I think we will also send the colonists we have, all 200 of them, just to try to speed this up a little bit. You, I accidentally double queued, so you're working on the rare earth and you're working on a barracks, so a little bit of an oops there. We were also doing a big paving project, but I think I'm going to hold on to some IP between turns here. We have 10k troops. We're doing just fine on that. Everything else is looking okay, I would say. I guess we are technically losing some oil. Maybe we hook up a new oil somewhere. Maybe we'll do that over here. We'll think about it. I'm not sure, is it worth upgrading these or is it worth putting down a fresh one? So 2 rounds. It's the same price. 50. Okay, so we use 30 more energy and 400 more workers, and we double it. So it is more efficient to upgrade it than build a fresh one. So assuming this is a good deposit, which it's fine, we'll probably just upgrade that. And right, and you weren't building anything, so I think maybe we will queue that up. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll do oil drilling facility 2. If a spreadsheet can be used in video gaming, one has a duty to do so. I won't say I never do that, because I definitely do spreadsheets some games, but I also work with spreadsheets all day at my job, so sometimes I'm just spreadsheeted out, and I just don't want anything to do with them. For example, today, I worked on 2 minor things. Somebody had sent them to me in a CSV, and I didn't notice. I saved it as a CSV. What I was working on doesn't save as a CSV, so I literally spent like 30 minutes and did absolutely nothing. Nothing of my work saved, so that was amazing. I don't know why people would send me a CSV, but that happened. Blasterbot, thank you very much. Gifted 5 memberships. Congratulations to Josie Kidder, Void Dragon, Alexander Rain, Kappa Tausmi, and Jonathan Davis. Congratulations to those folks. Make sure to give a thank you to Blasterbot and his generous. Thank you very much. Is that conversation about metals and machines on Discord? Nope, it's in the comments of episode 2 of the streams. They were very kind and they mathed it out and everything. Am I all about? No, I'm all about that Google Sheet, man. The projects that I'm in charge of, they happen in Google Sheets. A couple years ago, I caught somebody that was changing info on a spreadsheet because I could look at cell history. And ever since then, I'm like, you know what? Like, he made a spreadsheet to eke out that 3% more efficiency in a game, cast the first stone. Okay, you know, and I will just, to cap that conversation off, they were apologizing. I'm like, no. Please don't apologize. As long as you're not rude, it does not bother me. People are so worried because there's some people who get very mad about what they consider backseating. As long as it's not a gameplay spoiler or you're not just like aggressive about it, like I am totally fine with it. Sometimes I may not be doing it for a reason. Sometimes I may just not know. So it does not bother me. Like if somebody said like, hey, instead of building the city there, have you thought about putting it here? And here's my reasoning, because that's how we learn, right? But that's very different than you're a stupid poopy head because you put the city here. Well, I didn't learn anything from that. You know, that to me is the difference. So we don't really have a problem with that. I have not had big issues with anything like that. Well, it just depends on the size of your project, Wolf. What's going to be more appropriate on that. Okay, I do see we have a little bit more wiggle room here because we brought that road. So I will take that wiggle room. And it looks like red has already moved. I will take that. I kind of want to get that road this turn. If we dirt roaded this... The reason being, if I had better supplies here, we could drive further next turn. No, let's be patient. We're not in a hurry. We're not in a hurry. Okay, let's go ahead and run a turn, and then we'll catch up with whatever's happening. I think we have a little bit of spider action over on the east. I'm trying to get them to grab this stupid section off of blue, and they just won't do it. I really don't like when it shoves my screen up here, like I'm going to be seeing something moving and then nothing moves. I wish it would stay centered on my stuff. But you know, the most important part. Boy, we really need another unit down here to guard this metal mine and this, I don't want to call it a pass, but area that's unguarded at the moment. In fact, we need like 2 or 3 units down there, if I'm being honest. Does that ruin on the shore of the lake have enough scav? If it has more than 1 point, it's probably worth it for me. We haven't archaeological checked it either, to my knowledge. And even if it wasn't worth it, specifically for that Droog, I just want a gas station up there so that we can claim the territory. I don't foresee that place really turning into anything. I'd have to guard it anyways because there's things up there. We killed 100 infantry. Industrial accident in the Emerald City. Time of efficiency. Right. Water soil recomposition. That also needs to be done relatively soon. We have not found a single second source of water. We have our starting one and nothing else. Motorcycles, cool. Efficiency drive, silver retirement, all for the front. Okay, a lot of good stuff there. Let's do our decisions first. Supreme Council wants priorities. Okay, again, I think we're weaning ourselves off of them making cards and we're going more and more into political power. I don't really need the power plant. Grabbing that, I would build it as a backup, essentially. We have other things that we need. I think I'm going to say no to that for the time being. Metal soil recomposition or filtering or whatever it's called is kind of my big want at the moment. Okay, new design. Did we redo our light tank to have the side skirts? I don't remember. Light armor. 50 diesel engine, somewhat underpowered engine. You do not have the side skirting mentioned. That makes me very sad. I really don't want to run another design of this at the moment, though. You have no yield testing. Side skirts are pretty nice, though. I think we're just going to eat it. All right. So we'll say no new orders here at the moment. Industrial accident in Emerald City. That's right. Levant is now governor of Emerald City. You have my full support. Technician roll 49 plus 50 plus 21 due to enforcement. 120 versus 93. We had success. We still got 3 danger and lost 1400 pop. Boo. Big town for wasteland miles. No, we're not upgrading to 4s yet. Yeah, we did miles, but I didn't redesign it. That's why I was wondering if I had or hadn't done that. Do we have the 4 prereqs? I don't think we do, Droog. We look at our tech. Yeah, we don't even have it open. You've not yet discovered metal soil filtration. You need to have an economic discover it. This tech allows you to get metals from the lithosphere. Yeah, so we have 3 here. So we would need to get something else from here. Guided RPGs, rocketry. We might actually be able to use water atmospheric recomposition too. We might have the CO2, SO2, O2, NOx, CH4, NH3, or NS or H2S. Let me go look at our planet. I don't remember. No, we have plenty of O2 and CO2. So yeah, we could actually use that. Either one would probably be fine. I don't actually know which one's more efficient. Yeah, I don't know which is more efficient. Probably the Atmo one if I had to guess. Okay, rocketry. Yeah, it is what it is. Hey, Axe, how's it going? We don't even have ours. Yes, that is true. I believe we have directed our military guy to focus in on trying to get that. So hopefully that will happen in the near future. I really wish this stupid blue area would just wither away. This is so dumb. How can he claim command over that when he has literally no forces here? We were thinking about founding a city for this metal. And probably just on the metal. Yeah, we can't get a good road right now, but we could later. I could snake a road through here. And I need to think about that one a little bit more. All right, over here. Okay. I think that's about all I can do with what we have. Right, and we have seen things moving around out here, so we got to be a little bit careful. We got plenty of IP now. Let's go ahead and get this. In fact, we'll just do it as sealed all the way up to there. We know that's going to be a thing. Ah, some bikes. Interesting. Mr. Tank, come on up. All right, and you guys can push one more. I'm kind of at the edge of my supplies over there. There. That's awfully suspicious. That is awfully suspicious. Okay. Alright, I think I will chance one more move here. Oh, hey, some aliens! Okay, we haven't seen those lately. In fact, I'm not even sure we've seen these at all. Grazer platypus. Scientific name is Turnimollusk sorex. A land-dwelling 2-meter herbivore. It resembles a mollusk analog. Its chemistry is water carbon based on oxygen breathing. It's a grazer herbivore. All right. That is totally fine. That's super weak. Shouldn't be very aggressive. That's fine. Okay, I think that's that. I think over here, I don't want to push that at the moment. We're chilling. 0.2 left on my truck station. I'm a little frustrated with how slow you're building, if I'm being honest. You are at 1.6. You have finished the metal mine. And I think we immediately just upgrade this. Unfortunately, we also got this one down to a level 1, so the access is absolutely terrible. Let's go ahead and just immediately upgrade. So we have enough machines. We have enough metal. Let's just do it. Okay, down here. Working on the vidcom. Working on recycling. Boy, I didn't finish jack all last turn, did I? All right. And then cards. Okay, we do have a 0 retirement. Do we have anybody that needs retiring? No. Okay, cool. We have medals of merit we could use. Okay, I did say I wanted to peripherally mine that rare. I think let's just get that done right now. Okay. And then we can do an archaeological on that. We are quite sure there are no finds. Okay. Those new runes don't have anything special in them. 15 points left. Probably not a ton we can do if I'm being honest. Oh, nope, I take that back. We can send some spies. And I would like to get some spies over here into this major.
Roger that.
I would sure love to know if what he actually owns. Nope, those did not have any armor mentioned. It would say in their unit feats. So when you click here, this is underlined. It might be hard to see. So grazers are flocks and lead to large unit sizes, and that's it. It would say down here if they had any other traits. So these guys are super weak. This planet didn't have any crazy aliens. They do have shrimp men though. Check your demands and promises. We could do that. I gotta remember where it's at. Demand overview. Humanist party demands enforcement profile reaches 69. Nice. Deadline is in 19 rounds. That's all we got. Okay, I think that's basically it for the turn. Axe says, game hasn't given me, in spite of me putting all my points of discovery in eco model design and research councils. We started the same map 10 times in a row. Actually, an okay map to learn the game on. Got beaten up by crabs. Yeah, know that feeling. Would I like padded mouse? Well, yes, I would actually. What tech are you trying to get, Axe? I see. So you were talking to Axe about the needing bigger caliber guns. I gotcha. Yeah, assault rifles alone are like double your starting firepower. They are quite a jump. And same thing from assault rifles to Gauss weapons is quite a jump. Okay, we did get poked up here, surprisingly, actually. We killed 900 infantry, 10 tanks. Cool. Yes! Metal deposit discovered in Emerald City, 127 and 8. And our armored core has been discovered. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I'm betting that metal's over here. Yep. My. It's like Babble's played this game before. Okay, so we're going to want to plop that little town over here. Before that, you have got to go... that should be enough. Yeah, you guys thought it was pretty funny, didn't you? Yep. Not thinking it's pretty funny anymore, are you? Alright, we will waddle this way, apparently. And... I can't get where I want. Okay, you could go there. Okay, we can do it. Alright, he's done for. It's a matter of time now. Sure. Do I start this now? I think I do. Let's do our decisions first. Instant with hard sentence. All right, Andrew had judge duty. Man, Andrew, stop trying to piss people off. Look at that. Negative 26, negative 34, negative 38, negative 28, negative 16. That would be horrific to click that button. We will reverse that decision. All right, national budget. I don't think I need to change things here. Yeah, no changes for now. Policy speeches due. Okay. Civ level reaches 6.87. Industry reaches 9. Private assets. All right, if we got the industry goal, that would take us towards our promise of extra enforcement. We'll go ahead and do that. No changes for the Economic Council. Greywater Gulch mine extension. All right, I want the rare metals.
Copy that.
Okay, difficulty is 158, and we rolled 126. Relative failure. We got 4,400 extra rares, but we lost 2 E's. All right, we're not going to do that a second time. Ridge State is recruiting our troops. That's that military guy down south. We're going to say no, you may not do that.
Roger that.
Okay, that meets our promise for enforcement. Hageloth Reich offers to help us. They want to show that they can be a friend in need. I bet you they do. I think we're going to say no to that, though.
Roger that.
We are not looking to buddy up to them anymore. We're actually kind of hoping that our relations deteriorate. Okay, so if I go here and we raise formation, we can get the Armored Brigade if we wanted to now. 270 pieces of armor just for instead of the 50 that we've been recruiting. That would be for 1 Armored Brigade. Okay, that's actually not the one I really want, though. I want the mixed one. I will build that, but that's not the one I want. All right, what are you working on? Didn't discover anything this round. Okay, well, either way, we're not going to be building that anytime soon. All right, we did get... I'm going to wait on that. I don't want to build it with those guys right there. That's just going to make people cranky before I need people to be cranky. All right, Greywater finished their barracks and their mine. Excellent. Next, they can get... we'll do the uni.
Aye, aye, sir.
Okay, and then down here, working on the VidCom, working on recycling, working on the mine, working on the mine, and you finished truck station 2. Okay, I think it's the hydro next. I think it's the hydro, because our food's, it's stable, but not really going up, and I don't like that. So let's do construction. We're going to do the hydroponic food factory. 2, that's fine. We already bought the high-tech parts. Do
Roger
it.
that.
And then following that, we're probably going to need to build the water plant. What is that even under? Mining? Yeah. Rock dehydration plant. Okay, we're going to need 4 high-tech parts. Ooh. Ooh, that is going to be pricey. I think I'm going to buy those right now, just in case that price fluctuates. That is going to be so expensive. Return to crab. Everything evolves into crabs. You've seen the video. Can you train the reserve troop pool? If you mean, can you train them as in like anyway? Yes, your barracks training points apply to them when they're there. Training bonus points, that does do that. If you mean, can you give them the HQ strategy for training? No, you can't. Not to my knowledge. You think bazooka is a prereq? Let's look. We can look right here. Bazooka, you need to have infantry. So as long as you have infantry, you can unlock it. It is possible. Yeah, so I guess to finish that thought, Weroten, so there is an argument to be made about getting a high-level barracks in your capital or wherever your strategic command is, because then anyone sitting in the SHQ could be getting trained. And actually, you know, saying that out loud, maybe let's grab a couple spare dudes. Let's get 10 and let's get like 500. They could be getting a little bit of experience, and I don't hate the idea. In fact, we even get a couple. We get one buggy. We're not really losing those. Yeah, they could be getting a little bit of XP while they're sitting there. We'll need them at some point. Okay, I think that's basically what I can queue up for the turn. Let's spend a little bit more IP though. I'm gonna go ahead and do a sealed road over to there. There we go. I'm just gonna slowly try to work that until we get everything paved up. If we go to war, I'm gonna be very happy that I did that work. Okay, boink. Next. I'm getting a little more worried about blue, although it looks like, well, no, I guess this is just the spiders being dumb. He's gonna get this all sooner or later, though. That's not gonna hold. Man, I really want... I think that's really cool. So when people were settling on this planet, look where all the ruins are. They were all building around the lakes. That's pretty realistic, actually. I really like that. In fact, all these ruins are near the lakes. That is pretty cool. I love games that have in-depth planet generation or background generation. Dwarf Fortress, when I used to play that a lot, I would spend like forever rolling up a world, and then I would go read all the legends. I loved like super long history worlds. I thought that was so cool. Lakefront property has good value, UL. Unfortunately, retail or property values around here took a major dip about 250 years ago. Yes! Okay, we got housing. That was the last thing we were really waiting on. Oh, baby. Okay, create custom formation type. Yeah, I don't really want to customize any of my independence at the moment, so we'll just postpone that. Computing node discovered in Emerald City. We could harness the power. It gives us autocracy. Our own supercomputer. We will use it to discover plenty more technologies. No, you're not. You're going to AI generate a bunch of cat girls. We all know it. But fine, go ahead and do it.
Roger that.
Wero got +2. There you go. Minor worker strike in Greywater Gulch. All right, we will pay them 18 credits.
Aye,
Knock it off, guys. Knock it off. We're making your city better. Stop complaining. All right, I immediately want to call economy, call research. Okay. I want housing. Yes, yes, yes. You're saying there's a big investment? Actually, yes, we're acquiring land as I speak. Okay, over here, I don't think we need to be too careful. We should be able to wipe these guys out pretty handily. We also still don't have assault rifles, just to note that. Which is sad, but true. Okay, and right here is where I want to construct a logistics, a new zone. It's going to be a truck station. Go. Yeah, just chill. Just chill. Although I guess this is going to have to be more than a truck station because I do want to use this mine. Small amounts and very bad. That's unfortunate. That is quite unfortunate. All right, and you just chill. You start heading that way. I am so glad that we got that metal over here. That really made that area worthwhile. Right, the derelict. Okay. Building. All right, we finished up this. We also finished up the VidCom. So we have all the quality of life buildings except for housing. I really don't have anything else I could build here at the moment. I could expand our salvage operation. 5,000. We could start mining the radioactives just to get them out of the ground. Okay, let's do that. So dirt road. Well, hold on. Are your workers okay? Actually, yes. All right, dirt road to here. And then construct mining another facility. And we are going to buy machines. Okay, so we're going to buy all 9 of them. We'll sell. Yeah, look at this. The rares are much down in price. We're fine on cash, though. 1,800's all right. We'll sit on that for the time being. All right, that's those 2. We need heavy industry. It's time to start producing our own machines. Okay, we did kind of sort of promise that we were going to do an industry 2, but we're not in great position for that yet. You have other things you're building. Okay, you finish that. You're going to be busy for a while because we're going to do hydroponics, and then I think we're going to do the water building. Well, maybe not yet. We have enough here. Maybe we will up the mine, but that still leaves him to do something. So I think we're going to try to do industry 2 here. I seem to remember saying we can't afford it at the moment. Okay, so 4 rounds of 750. So that's going to be 3,000 metal. We do not have 3,000 metal. We don't like that. We don't like that at all. Okay, this salvage is almost gone. That one's okay. This is still pretty good. All right, I think we're going to up this one. These get more efficient as we upgrade them too, so we will do that. What are you? Oh, that's our computing node. All right, an extra 50 research points. There you go. You go to the beach and do some computing. How are we doing on your private economy? Okay, we got them out of debt. They want to build an oil well. They are spending less than half of their income. Although I'm giving them 100 credits, so they're actually only making 4 credits. All right, not yet. We'll let them get the oil well, and then I think we will change this up. All right, how are we doing here? They want to make domes. That's fine. I don't think we're paying them because we can't afford that much. How are we doing over here? They're upgrading their light industry. Okay. They're doing more farms. Okay. Yeah, now that I think about it, when we get housing, our water usage is going to skyrocket. We definitely need this. One of the big costs of housing is power and water. The model designer is probably a paid agent of Droog's enemies. You need to have both the technology and the model for any prereqs. I do think you need high velocity guns to be able to get those. Light tanks do not, because they start with HE rounds. Yeah, that's what it was in our game. We didn't have high velocity when we designed our first light. Am I saving PP? I just haven't spent it this turn. More important, actual LBP. Even if it's research into anime cat girls. Okay. Yeah, let's take a look at our strat card. So we did have lots of stuff to do here. So we do have medals of merit. Let's get an efficiency drive to start us off.
Understood.
A difficulty 100, we rolled a 92. We failed, only got 600 and something credits. Boo. Okay, we could war game. We could, you know what? Let's Grand Convention. This is such a good card when you get big. This is so much XP.
Understood.
Difficulty 100, we rolled 129. Success. All relations with leaders get plus 5%. XP of all leaders increased by 15 points. Just the relationship bonus alone is worth that price. So who is the maddest at us? Wubbo. Good old Wubbo. He tries to poison our coffee every morning. He's at 62. After that, it's Miles at 73, which is good. This is excellent. This is excellent. Happy leaders mean they're not giving me stupid events that are causing a bajillion unrest. So we very much like that. Okay, next paving project. It's got to be to here. This is going to be a bit of a pricey one. I don't know if we're going to be able to do this in one turn. 504. I don't want to take that much out. We'll do the halfway point. All right, roll it. Miles, yes, you are. We did redeploy you back to the front, as per your wish. Wasn't Wubbo always meant to be a temporary? Wubbo is a faction leader. He's the faction leader of Purple. That's why I can't get rid of him. We started with Wubbo, and I've never been able to be rid of this man. Won't someone rid me of this secretary? Famous Babel quote. Yeah, it's very, very hard to get rid of faction leaders. Ironically enough, that's one of the few good things that Autocracy can do. You can get that Assassinate Leader card and just take him out that way. He thinks you're allergic to dairy. My superpower is lactose tolerance. Yeah, we actually... I don't think we've had anyone retire of their own volition. We got rid of a couple people via card, but not really even that many. We haven't had that many major stinkers. How do I rush tanks? Well, fund your model design council well and hope that they discover light tanks. that is that. Discovered fuel in Emerald City. Industrial accident in Greywater. Okay, Greywater, come on, get your stuff together. Literally get your shit together. Industrial assets are going up. Okay, we discovered the anti-tank gun. An assassin android. I mean, it's cool, but it's not what we want out of this, unfortunately. Prospecting, efficiency, golden retirement. All right. Mall design priorities, no changes. We will go ahead and develop an anti-tank. All right, I think at this point in the game, I definitely want 100 millimeter. So light tanks only have up to 50 millimeters and ditto with buggies. So we can already do them at 60. The medium tanks, I believe, go up to, is it 100 or 150? Whatever it is. This is pretty close to that without being more expensive. So we're going to start with a 105. They can have the padded enviro suits. There we go. Industrial accident in Greywater Gulch. This is Dimbones, man. Yep. You have my full support, Dimbones. Grab the mops.
Aye, aye, sir.
Technician roll 53. Plus 50 due to support. 23 due to enforcement profile. 126 versus 56. Critical success. No damage. Just a really weird smell on the streets. What is going on over here? Why are you guys having so many problems? Like, you're not that mad at me or anything. I do not know. I'll tell you what. Here, you can have a couple colonists.
Aye, aye, sir.
There you go. Enjoy. Okay, building on that. you were... What were you doing? We were thinking about light industry, but we can't really afford it. We could build up more power, but we don't need it. We are 14 over cap. That'll get used up here shortly, but for now, you're okay. We're increasing the scavenging. We are building hydroponics. It's Teat Big. I didn't name that. That's all I'm saying. I didn't name that. All right, we'll need a governor for here, and I don't think we have a single spare person. So we will need to play some people cards this turn. That's gotta stay. We need people. All right, civilian. Man, this is a nitpick. I recognize that, but it's annoying me more and more that they keep shuffling my cards around. They need to just pick a way to fix these cards. Is it alphabetical? Is it by type? Like, why is recruit civilian not next to my other recruit cards? And why do they move every turn? Grand Convention was on page 2 last time. Efficiency was on page 1 last time. Why? Why move though? You're driving me crazy. All right, what do we want? So, Junior is just a very young person, quite a wild card. Senior are old people, but they have good skills. I don't love the old ones because I don't want them to retire. If we get a good person, I want to keep them, or we could get a young person with good learning capabilities. So I think we grab either civilian or junior here. We don't have a talent card, right? Yeah, we have not looked into a lot of those this game. So this one is recruit a leader from one of your communities within the border. Junior is recruit a junior, young but relatively unskilled. I guess I would rather just have the young person. I think civilians tend to have civilian jobs though. And the best thing we could draw would be a community manager or a farmer maybe. You could go a bit ham on new staff. I could. All right, let's pull one and see what we get. Okay, here's another one. I keep mentioning this, but on this screen, show me the person right here that we just recruited. I don't understand why I have to close that and then leave my stratagem one to go look and see who we just got. I find that rather annoying. We recruited Pippa. What a turn of events. Cap 4. 54 years old. She's ancient. That's a pretty good leader. 54 is not the worst. And we are going to put her in kind of a podunk station. I think we just use that. Wolf says, make sure BP is going into discovery. Remember, if you're not researching, whatever you have queued to go into research goes down to discovery. So I usually do like 10% discovery, 90% into research. And then when you're not researching something, it drifts up into your discovery. Oh no, Slice, you weren't supposed to hear that. 60 int, 62. Let's be precise here. Apparently she used to be like an assassin or something because she's got 77. No, she's got 116 covert ops. What were you? A scout. Personal combat, endurance, improv, survival, sixth sense. You are way overqualified to be a governor, but such as it is, you will be a governor. We can't afford a grand convention this turn. We could do some prospecting. We keep finding things, but then again, we're going to keep expanding the zone, so maybe we hold off on that. Let's just do an efficiency drive and we'll save our points.
Understood.
Difficulty was 100, rolled a 95. Wolf, I need you to step up, man. What's going on here? 1,050 credits. Okay, everything else is looking okay. Okay, here, as much as I would love to immediately build this, they're not going to work it. we're going to need to get all the goodies in here. So let's start with the barracks.
Copy that.
Let's also do everyone's favorite zone borders. And you're going to be in charge of this whole area. Let's see, how close are we? We're really far away. All right, I definitely want you in charge of these ruins. And you know what? You will be in charge of that part of the peninsula. And then we will get the rest of this. Okay. You can have these, sure. In fact, you can have that and all that. I think we'll make this the border, I think, for now, unless there's a resource or something that needs to change hands. And you could have that. All right. And done. Not done because that's awkward. You're just not gonna let me change hands here? Okay, well, whatever. That doesn't matter. Okay, this is also really awkward. I want to expand you. Come on. You. Sometimes it's a little finicky. There we go. There's no reason to have that other city in charge of this when we're so far out. All right, now I want you. Yeah, didn't change, but that's all right. Yeah, okay, there we go. Used. All right, we have 848 unused. I had that off because I can't see. All right, road, sealed road down to here. Okay, we're getting it. We're getting it. I also probably need to streamline this road a little bit. Probably. Oh, I see. Right, you were one of those. All right, I'm gonna leave that alone until we get a railroad. Then I'll consider what we need to do over there. And we are so far away in the metal for a railroad. Wolf isn't very inefficient. Well, maybe he's too efficient. Maybe that's his problem. If you keep your zone border small and then play prospect card, is that a way to game the system? You do target zones. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the size of the zone affects the difficulty or not. I tend to want to do this because I do want to discover things here. And I know I've basically got everything from over here. So I don't know what changes that. Can't get over that this is teat big. Sure. Sure. Named after a dairy farm. Prospecting. Right. Can I afford prospecting? No, we need a 39 because Andrew's feeling kind of cranky today. All right. Guys, I don't think the spiders are going to do what I want them to do. Never trust a spider. Now, I don't want to start another. I don't want to make too many little podunk towns at once. Let's wait until we get this one up and running. That's true, Wolf. Just a recon plane with a, what are they, smart bomb or whatever, can be pretty decent. Rockets did pretty good for us too in season 3. Once we got the right size of rockets, they were pretty good. The resources are set in place at the start of the game. Yes, they are. Yep, and you just discover them. One pro tip. A lot of times when you just see like a ruin off on its own, this almost certainly, if it wasn't a city, it was a mine. So you'll see those where there's resources. Like you can see an example of that where the radioactives are. This was definitely a radioactive mine. This was probably also a mine, I had to guess. Not always, of course, but a lot of times you'll see that on some worlds. They'll just be like one ruin in the middle of the desert with a road going to it, and then it'll be like metal or something. Yeah, correct, Wolf. If Machaka taught me anything, his spider clan is incredibly trustworthy. He says with a few cobwebs in his hair. They did just nerf the amount of ammo that you need for the large bomber bays, Wolf. Okay, no kills this turn. Time of efficiency. Hey! Oh, no. It's gas-powered small arms. That was really valuable last season. In this season, we don't want those. It would be wasted research at the moment. This is efficient ammo, but we're going from 50 damage to 75 on these. Assault rifles are 100. I asked on one of the discords what we could have done to kill those walkers, and I was told that the assault rifles might have been able to do it. They might have been able to get some kills, whereas this definitely could not. Armored infantry. Okay, this is the one I want. This is the one I want bad. Okay, excellent. All right, we don't need to worry too much then. But that was only discover. That was not actually set into motion, right?
Standing by for orders.
And I can't tell him what to do on that. All right, negative on that, buddy. New organization. Secret Service would be nice to get up and running. Having Secret Service also is our defense against enemy spies. Foreign Affairs could be useful. Applied Science could be pretty useful. I do want to do Air Force, so that could be useful. I think it's time to get our Secret Service going. And actually, that grandma we just got had super high covert ops. All right, I think I just convinced myself. Yeah, let's do that.
Understood.
Minor worker strike in Teat Big. All right, we'll bribe him with 10 credits. Major worker strike in Silver City. Okay, that one's a little more annoying. What is going on in Silver City, man? What is your problem? You guys should be happy. We will pay them off. You guys are ruining my things here. Okay, I don't want to use her as the governor, so we're gonna need another card. Secret Service Granny. Oh, I wish I could remember the actual title of the book. I read it years ago. It was a very light fantasy book. It's called like The Lies of Lim Lamora or something. And in that book, it was basically like a group of con artists, but they were like the first group of con artists in the world. Like nobody really had any idea that about like being scammed. And like the Secret Service of the kingdom that they were in was this old grandma. And there's a scene where she poisons one of the guys and she's talking all big. So he just punches her in the face and takes the antidote. I will never forget that. Well, I've got the antidote right here. If you tell me, and he's just like, bam, takes the antidote. Okay, but all that being said, we need to recruit somebody. So another recruit civilian.
Understood.
All right, what do we get? Victor Ionicus. What do you know, Victor? I know that you're pretty dumb. All right, I'm not really feeling that particularly. Let's grab another one. So this will be a junior.
Understood.
We have a bunch of retirement cards, so I'm willing to spam a little bit here. Diesel Douglas. Cap 4. Is it my time, builders? Is it finally my time? He is a bit wasted as a governor with War of 53 or 43, but I don't really have any other war spots for someone to go. I suppose our air command at some point. Tank tactics. That is pretty nice. I think this is it. He's gonna be governor. All right, no, Victor, you may not. Diesel, you're in.
Wilco.
But your name is not actually Diesel. Reveal yourself to me. I think we have some new people in chat. We ran out of people last time. Zerx, you're in, but you don't have a first name. We'll put first name is X9, and your last name is Zerx. All right, Zerx, you're the governor of Teat Big. Do us proud. Zone upgrade new. The Lies of Loch Lamora. Thank you, Zerx. I really enjoyed that. I didn't get through the second one, but it wasn't, I don't know, it didn't have the same magic as the first book, but I enjoyed the first one quite a bit. Big Babel thumbs up on that. This is now a booktube channel, just so you know. We're still talking about using Air Force to attack vehicles. Yeah, you do want to overmatch the armor. Overmatch means the caliber of your weapon is larger or thicker, well, is equal or bigger than the armor plating that you're trying to attack. Bombs better than missiles? I believe bombs are better for either carpet bombing or just dropping humongous amounts. I tend to find I have better luck with missiles or rockets, but maybe that's just me. We had really good luck with the rockets in season 3. We just had to find the right size. And I think it was the third biggest one was the right size for me. Can always use good book recommendations. I can definitely give a thumbs up on that one. I didn't really spoil anything from that by what I was saying. It's a good read, I will definitely say. Okay, we got that set up. We got Grammy is going to be in charge of our Secret Service next turn. You are building. I think I already did my build check, but I don't want to intern and forget. Right, we still have building here. I mean, we did talk about this. Maybe we hook that up this turn. That'll give them something to build. All right, how ridiculous is this? 792 points to get a dirt road in here. All right, there's just no helping it. And then we're going to construct a rare metal facility. Also, I just realized that we started losing a bunch of electricity. We'll finish this first and then we'll swing back to that. I need to union, but I already queued up the mine when I realized it. That will be the next thing for them, though. Yeah, if I remember right, the AA guns have a range of 3 hexes. I don't know if the AA can shoot recons. I believe they can if they fly within the 3. If you're building good recon planes, you want something very fast, and I think you want them high. So they tend to be kind of hard to shoot down. Also, make sure if you're going for armor-piercing air stuff, and you're not carpet bombing, make sure you get like a tac bomber, not a strategic bomber. Yeah, I really enjoyed our, I think it was the AAX 11111. That was our, I don't know if you could really call that a tac bomber. It was more like a CAS, close air support. If I remember right, we ended up with like dual machine guns and a rocket. And that's what we used. And then the war kind of ended when I was getting my bombers online. Yes! Okay, yes! 134.4. That's going to be up north again. More mines. Archaeology. Okay, threaten leader. Efficiency drive and support faction. Field training. We could probably deploy this somewhere on one of our quiet fronts. Spy team. Yeah, now we're getting the good cards from Secret Service. Popular rally. Okay. Decisions first. Number of hexes we have recon over expands. Sure, we can do that. New director. Pippa is in charge of our Secret Service. I find that hilarious.
Order acknowledged.
Secret Service Council priorities. Okay, so internal security is getting rid of enemy spies, and I want to be pretty aggressive on that for now because we haven't had somebody in here. Spying operations. 10%.
Order
Sure.
acknowledged.
All right. We don't need anything else here. No new orders. Oh, what are you guys building? You're upgrading your dome. I'm proud of you. All right. We're apparently going to struggle to get up here. Oh, and there's the minerals. Okay, well, we're going to want a road here someday. So there's no reason not to put the road in now. And then that'll give these guys the supplies they need to go get this finished. And I want to make sure we don't starve these guys, so I'm going to be a little bit careful with my movements here. All right, and Mr. Tank, why don't you at least get back on the road? Okay, this is still looking super sketch. Let's get our recon. Ah ha ha! Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. All right, well, I'm glad Red's over here. Our tank isn't going to be able to attack into the mountains anyways, so that's no loss. Nice try, buddy. Nice try. I don't think I actually want to move anybody here. I think I just want to keep my wall up. Maybe you. Okay. Greywater Gulch finished building something. Colonist, let's send them.
Aye, aye, sir.
See, we're going to have problems keeping people here because they want to go move to the big city. You know, this is like a real life problem. Small communities can't keep young people. But we need the hospital or VidCom. I'm going to put the hospital in because it helps with events. Okay, what's going on here? They're building a dome farm. Good. I feel like our civilians are really smart this game. They're actually building decent things. All right, we are still working on getting this up and running. All right, leave it alone. Okay, here, I started the mine, 1 turn left. We are losing power, but we have plenty to soak. Okay, Union. We upgraded this, and that's as high as I can go right now. The mine's as high as I can go. We could upgrade here. It's got 11,000 left, though. I don't think it's worth it. And this one's going to go away very soon. Okay, ditto here. We're down to 2K. Yeah, we're going to lose a lot of income here in a second. Well, some income, not a lot. All right, so I think you come next. So if we go here, sealed road, way too expensive. Way too expensive. All right, we'll do the halvesies. We have 49 points left. I will check the HQ stuff. Okay, spy team, yes please. Into here.
Order acknowledged.
Critical success. We managed to inflate double the number of spies. So we got 6 spies into yellow. That is probably enough for the time being. Where else? Let's target some down here. Another critical. Now that we actually have somebody working the job, this is going to be so much easier.
Order acknowledged.
Critical success. Look at Grandma. She's just sending them out there.
Order acknowledged. Taking
a casserole to them. Little do they know we have a spy camera in the casserole. They don't suspect a thing. All right, let's look. Is that Cap 2 guy absolute trash, or is he okay? 32 war. I mean, that's fine. He can lead troops. He has no experience. What were you? A community leader. If only your capability was higher, friend. All right, he can lead some troops. He's fine. Let's play a Medal of Merit. Wubbo was the guy who was cranky. Where are you at, Wubbo? Wherein Wubbo? He's up to 74. Victor's the new cranky one, but you don't even have a job, so I really don't care what you think about me. Okay, that's kind of low. Sure, Miles, here you go.
Understood.
There's your medal for long service. Oh, and we were going to look at training. All right, so if I was going to deploy training, it would be like over here. You're not ready for it. You're active. Maybe these guys. They're not really seeing any action at the moment. We don't have a strat. Okay, let's do field training.
Roger that.
There you go. We got to remember to come cancel that if they get into action. Rockets better than precision. I don't know on that. Missiles are I think more useful if you're firing them at other planes because they actually have guidance. And rockets are dumbfire. Tommy says, make me a leader of an army so I can die like last time. Missiles can hit ground and air, I believe, Wolf. It's just, I think you're paying a little bit of a premium for missiles over rockets. Yeah, you'd want to see what their ground attack is. I'll fully admit, I don't have a ton of experience with Air Force. Season 3 is about as much as I've ever done. And you always have to remind yourself, yes, the best thing is the most expensive thing, but that isn't always the winning option. Like in World War II, Shermans weren't the best tank, but we made like 10,000 of them. Tigers were amazing, and they couldn't even get them to work half the time. So a budget option, like if I have to make 270 tanks, I would rather make Shermans than Tigers, at least in my economy. Tigers in this economy? Okay, we already met our promise. We finished radiation filters. Threaten leader, investigate leader. That's good for anti-corruption. We could check that out. God, do you remember in season 1, we had that one chick who stole like 5,000 credits from us? We couldn't get rid of her. God, that was annoying. Efficiency drive and propose peace. Recruit civilians, spy, tariffs. Okay. Okay. Via request, Victor will actually be Tommy Berg. Tommy Berg. All right. We'll try to get you some troops at some point, Tommy. You'll probably actually end up with a good unit, unless another MG squad comes out shortly. Man, Teat Big just became our, like, second most valuable city. That's incredible. 15,000. Okay, we do have some water up here. In fact, we do have water all over this area. How much would we get out of this, though? It does say ease is 9. I might build a water thing up here to see. I assumed, and maybe incorrectly, it would have the same profile as other water, but it seems like this is clean. We might be okay here, and I won't need to build the other more expensive water option. Okay, military research objective. I don't want the gas-powered small arms. I just don't. I wouldn't use them. All right, boys. Yep. We'll have you just swing through here. Okay. Swing that way. Chill. All right, yeah, we're gonna sweep this and then we'll bring this unit over here, and this will be our garrison unit essentially. Okay, Red is actively working on hunting this idiot. How we feeling, Red? We're actually not feeling like we're ready to attack. That's cool. We can chill. We're not in a hurry over here. We're just gonna poke. Now you wouldn't want to do this if you were getting shot at, because I'm giving up my entrenchment bonus. I think I will man that spot. And I think you guys can move up again. I just want to get some more territory claimed to make sure we'll see things coming. Using missiles to get heart attack for ground is horrendously expensive in terms of ammo. Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, you have to consider ammo consumption. It's just like with the gas-powered small arms. Last season, barring the problem with the walkers, they were the right choice because we were so desperate for metal. This season, we're desperate, but I would rather have the damage of the assault rifles. Do we have the military? Yes, we did, Union. I'm 99% sure we did that. I'm looking to see if it'll tell me that here. Yeah, penalty of -66 due to discovery focus being used. It's a nasty penalty. That's a nasty penalty. So use it very wisely. Don't think you can guide your research. Okay, what do we need? Efficiency drive, Grand Convention. I'm leaning towards Grand Convention. I'm leaning towards Grand Convention. Let's do it. We just get so much out of this. Everyone loves me 5% more XP plus 14 on all leaders. Cool. And that's all of our points. All right, here we should be done. Yep, hydroponics 1. Now I was gonna build the water building, but now I'm kind of thinking maybe we can just get it out of here. That is way more efficient if that's the case. We could up the mining here. That other city is going to be hard-pressed for population for a long time. I think let's do that. Let's just be safe. Let's increase the water mine. It's only level 2. All right. The Union doesn't really have anything they can do at the moment. Here, we built the rare mines. We were going to up the power. So we want construct, energy, solar panels 2.
Yes.
Start. Trade. Buy. 8 machines at 188. I'm gonna buy that. 1500 buy. I don't love that price. I hate that price, so we're just not gonna do either. We are making a decent chunk now. What are we getting our money from? Okay, so we are making 368 credits of revenue, and we are spending 711. But I believe that's part of my buy I just did. I think maybe we're not making as much money as I thought we were. Maybe our economy is still efficiency drive. We're gonna pay closer attention to that next turn. Okay, I think that's the turn. I don't want to deploy it, Union, until I know who's going to actually be able to make use of it. Probably will go to one of those new tank order of battles we're going to make. You select the OHQ unit feeling shred, and then you go to unit command or whatever it is over here, and you can change the colors in there. I usually don't bother unless they're next to each other. So like if I have a tan over here and a tan over here, I don't care. Or if I want them to be specific, like we have the red shirts, just because they're easy to see. Almost in range of heavy industry. Yeah, I think we can discover it now. I think we have what we I think we have the prereqs. Our next big project will be building all that housing. We have a lot of housing to build. Ugh. Boy, this is an active world. We have really long turns for me not being in a war. So somebody else is in a pretty nasty war is what that tells me. I am playing with the give the AI more time to think. So keep that in mind. Yeah, we're still in the crisis of egotism. 4 more turns until it's full. The flat gun, okay. Investigate leader, volunteer drive. Okay, call to power. We may try to hit our friend with that. All out attack. Talent card, finally. Spy rings, spy team. We have friendship. National budget. Okay, we do need to do some here. Okay, Secret Service, you do not get a 12% budget. You can have like a 5. I'm sorry. Interior at 10, sure. Supreme Command, let's try 15. Staff Council, we'll do 10. 14, 23, 23. I guess that's all right. Confirm. We need some more BP. All right, we will start the flat gun. I don't have strong opinions on this. Most planes are not going to be heavily armored at the beginning of the game, so I feel like we do like an 88. Something kind of light. It's cheaper, it's easier to move. I really don't know the differences. I think let's just try that one. We'll do padded. We can always upgrade them later. Zone City upgrade. Emerald City wants to be a minor city. No, we are not even close to having that stuff built. All right, can we finish up here? No. No is the answer. All right, he'll get that next turn. All right, and we're good there. All right, we're gonna need some road here. All right, road, dirt road. Let's see what that does. All right, are you guys feeling it today? Yeah, they're feeling it today. All right, this is gonna be a little bit brutal, but then again, I guess the cars aren't gonna be good in the mountains either. I'm not even sure how they got in there. There was a tank? I'm really not sure how they got in there. It's like when the Soviets buried all those tanks on the border and they used them as bunkers instead of tanks. Okay, yeah, we're just kind of at the edge of our logistics here. We could probably get some logistics out of this. I probably could get some logistics here. Let's do down here. This is territory I'm more interested in anyways. So let's take from here, dirt road. Let's go via the oil because we're going to want to grab that at some point. And then do we want to be north or south of these mountains? Kind of want this. Kind of want that. We could plunk a city down here and get both. So that's telling me south of the mountains. Okay. And red will, I guess they're kind of pooped out this turn. They will start heading that direction. Use strat move. Okay. People are still talking about designing Air Force stuff. Yeah, you'll have to let me know what your science tells you on that one. Okay, we're still building the hospital. We have finished another one here. How are we doing? Yeah, we're not having enough people. I need to chill on this place until we get housing. All right, Wasteland is working on the solar. You're not gonna have anything to do at the moment, and I think that's fine. Okay, what are you not happy about? The worker happiness diminished by 1 due to low quality of life. Increased by 1 due to what we're paying them. If I did want to raise their civ, I would need to build health, security, and education. I don't think that's worth it at the moment. I just need entertainment in the capital, but we're already building. I think we're going to leave that alone. Okay, Teat Big finished their barracks. Next. Let's get them a uni. We're gonna teach them about mining. The kids yearn for the mines. No, let's not do that right now. No point. I was thinking about dropping that, but that's not gonna be worth our time. Okay, I think that's going to be everything for the turn. I keep thinking about this, but I'm just not at the moment. I don't want to have too many little podunk towns, at least until they're kind of sort of up and running. Ammunition didn't go up as much as I would have liked. Food did not go up this turn. The price is running. We might need to upgrade it yet again. That's not that much food. If I did want to upgrade you... 3 rounds. We already have some extra high tech I bought that we may not need. We could totally do that. All right, we'll think about it. And for our points, what do we want to do? Another, we don't have a grand convention. We could do some more prospecting. I think I want to wait till we're done exploring up there, though. Shadow Spy. Okay, we have some really good cards here, but I don't want to spend these too early in case we draw a good GR tech. Yeah, I think we're just gonna save this turn. Well, I guess we could Medal of Merit. That's fine. All right, who is the lowest of them all? You have to be at 75 or lower to earn this. Pippa's at 77. Tommy is a little cranky. All right, we'll give that to Pippa. There you go. All right, roll it. That is quite the heavy plane you are designing there, Wolf. Twin charged Gauss and a heavy rocket. Yeah, if you don't, she'll give you those chocolate oranges for Christmas. Oh, oh, oh. That's how you know you misbehaved. We should check in with our staff council. I want to see where we're at on getting that order of battle operational. I want that. I want that real bad. He's got to get through 150 millimeter mediums. That's really high armor. I mean, it is. I'm not disagreeing. Do you think the twin charge Gauss will do it? Do you have the GR chain gun tech, out of curiosity, Droog? I know that makes the MGs pretty nasty against armor. It's a nightmare. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure you watched season 3, right, Droog? Forgotten War. We had armored nightmares in that game really badly. Really badly. Yes! Apparently, the metals is where the teats are at. That is what we have learned. Housing. I am so glad that I committed to the idea of building this. Another metal mine. Another metal mine. 38,000, and it's got pretty good availability. We like that. We like that a lot. All right, and you guys just keep going. Okay, so we're gonna station one here, one here. You're gonna go there, ideally. All right, red. Yeah, we're not in super duper hurry. You can head on down. Let's just get them stacked up. All right, and then you guys. All right, don't make me regret this, random guy in the desert. You won't like me if I have to regret that. All right, now you actually have some roads, so you can zip on down. And with that road, we can move all of you up. I need some more units. This is getting awfully thin. I will definitely say that. Our southern border also has the same problem. Okay, building university. Building hospital. Building nothing. You are ready for houses. All right, so we want worker housing. Worker housing prioritizes government workers, and if there's spare room, we'll let civilians in. The first level, I never really got this. I think 100 output is like 10,000 workers. I don't remember the equation for that. We worked it out at some point, but 60 water for one of these.
Okie dokie.
We're gonna start getting thirsty. We're gonna have indoor plumbing, guys. We got the good shit. One turn left on solar panels. All right, Union. You are not building, so you get to build worker apartments. And in the capital, yeah, we actually need some worker happiness here. I was gonna say maybe we don't need it, but we do. We also don't have the level 1s of quality of life stuff. I probably need to actually get those up and running. Let's do the housing first, though. Okay, so we just queued up 180 water use. This new mine is already not going to be able to do that much. So as soon as this finishes, we're going to have to up this again. It's feeling a little like season 3, but not quite so claustrophobic. That's good, at least. Abundant resources in those tracts of land. Yes. We're gonna milk it for all it's worth up here, let me tell you. High in iron. Free housing? No. Free housing for the government workers. Not the poors. Set salaries for leaders. I'm pretty happy here. No one's super cranky. I could drop a single credit to the secretary, but it's Wubbo, and I hate Wubbo, so I'm not going to pay him. He's kind of like the court jester, you know? All right, staff council. Okay, don't want to change this. That seems to be doing just fine. I'm actually not doing a lot of customizing right now. Let's lower that, and let's raise the operational. I want that ASAP.
Roger that.
Power plant, physical storage, nothing. I'm gonna say nothing. I really would like that heavy industry. Minor worker strike in Greywater. 26 credits to bribe them. Okay, we can do that.
Aye, aye, sir.
Need to get that sorted. Ridge State is recruiting our troops. No.
Roger that.
You will not be recruiting my troops, actually. Natural born killer in the 32nd MG Battalion. He's obviously a commando. Keep our enforcement nice and high. We haven't had any changes here recently, right? Oh, we did pick up martial tournaments at some point. Okay. Elite trainer. Chance for XP game every round the trainer's embedded with. Okay, I mean, that's fine. It's kind of whatever. Okay. Yep. Nothing aiming to change here, so. Yeah, that's probably what that's going to be. 20-hour work. I think you misspelled day, Feeling Shred. 20 work hour day. Biplane for the aesthetic factor. The early planes to me, do you guys ever remember the episode of MASH, 5 o'clock Charlie? It was the dude in like the ancient plane and he would fly over and drop the grenade on the munition depot. And like they were mad because they didn't want the munitions stored next to the hospital, so they like gave it a target so he could actually like hit it. I really enjoyed MASH. One of my favorite shows ever. Okay, we didn't get another council, right? We did not. Let's do an efficiency drive. There you go, Wolf. That's what I'm talking about. Difficulty 100, rolled a 167, critical success, 2,520 credits. That's what I want to see. Also, that reminds me, we have not called the governor. Zerks, zone orders. We are going to give you a budget, and you get all the budget in the world. And we're going to unincorporate you. That's why they're being cranky. Confirm orders. And you know what? Is that the same problem over here? Where can I see? No, you're unincorporated. That should not be the problem. You are incorporated. Let's change that. You can be unincorporated for the time being. I also can give you more credits. Silver City is like also very important to me, so the sooner, yeah, they got light industry. I think we played that card though. Right, and they're building, or they just built their first dome. That's fine. We'll get there. We'll get there. They're going to be off and running here momentarily. 30 points left. I don't like playing multiples at the same turn. Can't afford a war game. Okay, now hold on a second. Do we have a sales tax? Do I need a sales tax? Maybe I don't need a sales tax. No, we do not have a sales tax. The thing is, the sales tax takes money out of the private economy, but I don't want to do that right now. I want the private economy to be pumping. Surveillance station. Yep, we want that. Surveillance station. Light industry. Yeah, we want them doing what they're doing. Yeah, I don't know, J-Rob. I hate to say it because I love that card. That's how I like to play, but that just... I don't see how you run your economy elsewise. I guess on some planets you could sell stuff, but that's not going to be every planet. What's our current hex count? I'm not sure where I can show that easy. Dashboard? No. No. Oh, you know, I never show off this stream. We should probably come in here more often. We have a screen called Urgent Issues. Yeah, like, hey, you're losing a lot of money. Hey, these people don't have... What is your problem? Some people are deployed too far away from their HQ. Problem sending reinforcements. We need reinforcements? No. That's a weird one. I guess they don't like them sitting with people just in there waiting to deploy. So I don't know how to answer your question, Union. Beats. Zones. Is the stream big laggy on my end or Babel's? I'm not showing any problems on my side. Take that what you will. You guys make me so nervous when you ask that question. My trauma is unresolved. Okay, we were working on road. Let's do that. Okay, that should be nice. Okay, seems like it's just you, unfortunately. Sometimes on YouTube, a refresh will help. Sometimes you just get a bad connection to whatever your local YouTube server is. Okay, I think that's it for the turn. I also see that we're past the halfway point. I should probably pause here in a second for my tea break. I don't feel like these midweek streams are long enough for Shadow Empire. 3 hours, I feel like I'm just getting comfortable and like ready to go. Hey, who owns this? Because they own 2 volcanoes, and I would like to own 2 volcanoes. I wonder if they know that. The volcanic power is very tempting for me. There's one down here. That feeling when you don't own a volcano. There's none near me. Oh, you know what else we need to do? I guess we're still building quality of life, but don't let me forget, I want to build a water collector in Greywater Gulch, just for the science of it, to see what that would do. We know there is water in the air because we do have a slight amount of rain. I think if you're on a planet that absolutely has 0 water, I don't think those work. Added the game to the auto hotkey script so you can have WASD scrolling. I have a Razer keyboard. I used to do that for Gladius. I would program my Razer keyboard so I could use WASD. I do so much Dominions that I'm used to having to use the stupid arrow keys. Okay, time of crisis. We did get a grand convention. Militia wants attention. All right, you guys can have some head pats. Here you go. Military research, no changes. Please find the guns. Why you no find gun?
Acknowledged.
City, no. Don't need to do that right now. Okay, you move. All right, can we? And it looks like it's a yes. So if you're gonna go here, you can go there. Let's go put you down there. We're gonna be pretty spread out down here, but there's not a ton I can do about that. Not with the number of forces we have. Yeah, back up, buddy. Back up. Right, you guys can group move. There. All right, you know what? You can drive fast. Let's just go here and see what it is. Okay, it's just the animals. If they don't want to attack, I'm fine as long as they just keep backing away. I'm okay with that. We are getting a little stretched over here, I would say. Okay, I can't do that because I don't own it. Hopefully I don't regret that. All right, and 600. That's so much more efficient just to go straight, though. I think we are gonna do... Oh, I can't afford it. Never mind. All right, well, let's just hang off on that. I think I am going to make a straight connection here because this is going to be the faster railroad route. And railroad, I'm very keen on making it as cheap as possible because, man, it's going to eat me alive. Okay, we were unable to finish the housing. Let's send the colonists here.
Okie dokie.
Try to give them some more workers. What would housing in Greywater cost? It would cost me queuing it up. And we are going to do that. Yes.
Aye, sir.
Yeah, everyone's going to get housing. It's just a matter of, are you doing something else right now? You just finished your solar panels. We also just queued up a lot more power use too. I need to actually see that. I'm pretty sure we went from 1 to 2. We were making 50. We went up by 70. I think we need to just go ahead and directly take this one up again. I don't think I can wait on that. So solar 3 is an additional 400. Yeah, I gotta start on that right away. We don't have another town that's really ready to do power production, so hopefully we can live off of that for a second. Okay, they're still working on that. Yeah, because we're gonna have a bunch more power draw here in just a second. The water too. The water's gonna be a thing. Also, we're still losing a pretty significant amount of food, so where is that food going? Are we sending out? $600 was actually delivered by zone. Okay. No, we're just sending it. We're sending it to troops. I just wanted to make sure we didn't have a city that was like super starving or something, but we don't. Okay, and strat points, or PP, excuse me. Our money's fine. Let's do a grand convention.
Understood.
We've got that egotism going on. This is countering it quite successfully. So, succeed. We got 6 relation and 17 XP for everybody. Okay, I am going to take my tea break here. Let's put up the... Oh, goodness. Oh, well, there's the winner guy. You were... Yeah. The Brythorn Dominion is looking pretty strong, I would say. That's pretty strong. I'm rather worried about that. I am rather worried about that. All right, I'm going to put this up, though, while I am taking my tea break. Let me get in and turn on my break. No. I really hate how YouTube, it'll reload the page and it moves all the buttons right when I always click. And it like, do you want to end stream? No, I do not want to end stream. Okay, I'm going to take a $5 here. Get up, get yourself a drink, get yourself a stretch. If you're not blocking ads, I appreciate the pennies. I will be right back. All right, teas are brewing up. Yeah, that is a worrying sight. That's a very worrying sight. And the thing is, it's not just empty territory, because we know he has like half the world's population or something stupid. I'm assuming this is probably his capital. They're theocratic, but they are friendly. We need to get our foreign relations up, our council. Maybe we can ally with them. I'm fine with that if we can. Yeah, you just swept the entire South, didn't you? He's got to have more towns in there. Yeah, he's got to have towns that we just don't know about yet. We do have... Oh, did he already eat that guy? He ate the guy that was south of me. Oh, that's unfortunate. I was hoping to take that. And he's right here, and he's just in the empty territory that he can just grab. Is that really his capital? And he just expanded west and didn't expand east? I'm pretty leery about that. How are you doing on VPs? 36. So he is almost 25 points ahead of me. He still has to get to 50, but at the current rate, he will win. So yeah, don't love that. Also, did we ever finish our unit design? We were working on the flak gun. Did we ever get those? Anti-tank, artillery. No, we must still be working on. I'm thinking I might grab one independent unit of those for each of our cities as like a garrison. It's good just to have some AA ready if we need it too. Okay, we're really not getting enough people up in Teat Big. You think that they would have a huge population boom. Okay, I don't think there's much else to do on this turn. Let's go ahead and roll that. Wolf says, it's good to hear that majors are building mediums in AT. They're also supposed to be less likely to give up on air. So we should see them actually using more planes. In season 3, we did have a little bit of air combat, a smidgen, but by the time they got their air up, we had already kind of dominated it. So they really didn't have a chance in that one. Yeah, we need this next order of battle, and I need this metal. Like, this is huge. This is so huge. This is like the Klondike. Just all these metal deposits that we need. We need those bad. We need those real bad. We should probably play some peripheral mining up there too at some point. And I think I need to play one on this mine also. Well, thinking about it. Metal's just so rare, I just can't not play those. Yeah, I will check the power, Dim Bones, man. I believe, doesn't power generation rely on a governor role also? Fuel in Teat Big. Abductions in Teat Big. Wrong kind of attention. Crisis of egotism. Okay, there we go. We did finish the air defense. Another assassin droid. Okay, where's the... Okay, fuel way up there. We're still working on Uni. Alright, I'm gonna send them the colonists. Okay, new models. We don't have any new tech or anything. No new models at the moment. Minor worker strike in Silver State. Guys, knock it off. If I get 6, we're still okay.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie indeed. Abductions in Teat Big. This is Zerks in charge. Independent slavers have become active in the outer reaches of our zone. I'll get them to move out, but it's taking time. And they're abducting quite a few people. Offensive tactics role. Did you have that? No, unfortunately not. Okay, that's rough. Okay, I don't know if this is going to apply, but let's try to give him a shadow spy. I don't know if this is going to apply to this, but we're going to try.
Acknowledged.
All right, do it.
We'll go.
Rolled 85 plus 50 due to support, 7 due to security, 142 plus 25 due to enforcement profile. I love enforcement. I love enforcement so much. 167 versus 168. Oh, that was so close. Dang. Okay, we are trying to get stuff up and running here, and we're struggling. Ditto. Okay, we are still losing power. We are building power. That's all I can say about that. So we're going to go from a tier 2, making 120 to 235. So 115 more. That's not going to be enough power. Emerald City could go bigger. They are done with their current construction. And then we could go up to solar panel 4s. 5 rounds. Yeah, that would be almost 200 more. I think I'm going to have to do it. So get me the governor on the line. Levant, I need you to upgrade the city to a major city. And we're just committed. We're committed. Construct energy. So I need 5 machines. We have them. 500 rares. We have it, but it's getting sketch. Go. Hydroponics is drawing 100. Yeah. And remember, this isn't the most efficient planet for solar. I believe it's like 96% or something. Yeah, solar radiance is only 1,316, which translates to solar panels modifier 96. So they're not quite as good as normal. We have the oil for power plants. Yeah, we might need the power plant. We might need to. And again, I can put solar plants outside the city. I had a game where I had independents that were constantly cutting off my power, and it basically caused me to lose. So that's why I don't like to do that. You can, just to show you, like if I wanted to build it here, we can put solar fields out there if we want to. But I do also like the idea of getting a power plant so that if we run into emergencies. In fact, I think I like that so much. Let's call up the Eco Council. Research. Let's get power plant researched. There's no harm in having it. Okay, move. Okay, rather awkward positioning, but sure. That is also awkward. You can't stay here. You're not getting supplies. Okay, you guys group move that way. Okay, you continue grabbing. And next turn we'll be able to continue the road. Were you building? Yes, 1 turn on university. 0.8 turns on apartments. 0.3 turns on apartments. Things will get better here in a second, although my water and power are going to go absolutely haywire. You still don't have your apartments, that's right. Okay, we got our apartments. I don't know if they're going to show right now. Where were we able to see that? Yeah, here. Hi, Civ, or your Civ score. So right now we don't have any housing currently. All right, we'll check back next turn. We should be able to see a change there. We did get apartments here. Yeah, we started construction on that. Could go nuclear. That's true too. We just needed to get the tech. So, you know, options are available, I guess is the long short. I hate that. That's all I can say. I hate that. All right, I think that's everybody. We have a little bit of IP left still. All right, let's do the first bit of this. You're not able to do the first bit of this? Oh, that's way too expensive. Why is that so expensive? Oh, right. Because we're in a mountain. This is 960 points. Yeah, we're not going to do that at the moment. Maybe we do this one. Yeah, this is only 300 and something compared to the 900 to get out of the other town. That's why you cannot. That's why I'm so annoyed that the AI can just build free roads. Going through a set of mountains is ridiculously expensive. It is ridiculously expensive. So it makes me very sore that they can just do it. And actually, you should be sitting on that. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, I was gonna say I would like that little town, but apparently not that much. Just do the dirt one. Yeah, it's not an emergency. I'm just getting this upgraded so that we can strat move easier, and someday we're gonna support the railroad with that. In fact, actually, I normally should have this on. How are we doing bottleneck-wise? Not terrible considering. Like, really not. Okay, cool. Let's use used and go. A Freudian dyslexia. Yeah. I wish we could have done the Blue War earlier, but we couldn't have. We couldn't have. I feel like I have made the right decisions here. And the right decision is if I can peacefully build, especially buying time to get this metal up and running, I think that's the proper call. Your Logi never looks so clean. I am in mid-core. Do remember that, J-Rob. If anyone's watching and they're not playing mid-core, I'm doing things you should not do with your roads. Just FYI. So look elsewhere for road tutorials if you're doing normal and not mid-core. We've learned a lot about our Logi. Your logistics are fine until they're not, and then you're very, very, very sad. Because, like, remember on Forgotten Wars, down south, where we had that railroad head that we were struggling to get? And it was like, until we got that railroad head, we could not go any further with the war. Like, we were maxed out on logistics. We couldn't even get enough ammo to them, much less reinforcements or, God forbid, a tank. And then the second we got railroad, we just exploded out. It was amazing. Okay, we did make our promise. I kind of forgot about that, if I'm being honest. We already got power plants done. Wow, that was fast. Holy moly. I really want this, but I think I need to say no for now. We don't have enough. We need to get some more bureaucracy points. We could get physical storage. No thanks. All right, Econ, please let me double check. We're not focusing with them, right? I'm pretty sure that's the case. Yeah. Relation bonus 50%. Inventor skill 59. Okay, we are overfunding these guys a little bit. Okay, so maybe we could actually get another council. Okay. It's a possibility next time that pops up. It'll be cheaper to do, though. Okay, building check as usual. Didn't finish the uni. That makes me sad. Here are some colonists. All right, you... I think we're going to stretch a little here. You take over that. Okay, there wasn't anyone there. That makes me happy because that would have been really annoying to clean out. All right, you are not in supply, nor are you. Okay, what are we going to do about that? This road. All right, we'll see if that's good enough. And over here, I think we're going to do the same thing. Just little tendons heading out that way. All right, you are in supply, but only just. Group move. Okay, here, road, dirt road. All right, now let's start thinking about city location. I want probably in this area. I want to be able to reach both of these things. So from here, if this was 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so I could build right here. So anywhere in here, I could reach both the things I want to reach. I think that's just fine. Maybe that square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and 6. We could do all the volcanoes hexes if we wanted to from here. It's gonna be, we can kind of build up defenses here and up here, so it's a pretty defendable location. Build our line right here. Little awkward. Yeah, I kind of like this spot. I wish I could leave notes on the map. That's not a thing, right? Yeah. In Gladius and back in Fall from Heaven, when I played a lot of multiplayer with my friends, we would always put map labels on things. Just nice when you're playing long-term strategy games to be able to do that. Well, I could stop hiring as many recruits, J-Rob, and I could either release them or I could stop. Well, I could release them back to workers and then re-recruit them as colonists. The thing is, this is only 3 squads, almost 4 squads once I start building units again. So I'm happy to sit on that. So we'll be fine. We just need to get the housing up. This happens every game. We're in the housing crunch. Have games become too real? I'm just gonna wait for the road. There's no reason to rumble my tank through a freaking forest if I don't have to. We're just wasting fuel. Okay, you actually could help a little though. And so could you. Yeah, we're kind of at the edge of what we can supply over here. Kind of sorted by a lot. You are definitely gonna be out of range again. What are you? Oh, right. The derelict is smashed. Okay, is what it is. All right, still building. All right, we finished the apartments. We'll see what this does to us next turn. Barracks, university, hospital, vidcom, apartments. We have, this is the basic city done. So now it's all gravy from here, essentially. What we want to see is white numbers for workers. That'll tell us when this city is ready to go to the big time. We are growing ever so slightly. Okay, yep. That just is what it is. We'll get better. We may have to increase our civ level some more. We'll see. All right, here. 2 turns on solar panels, not much else to say. Union. Finish their apartments. Worker housing, 38%. Okay, we need more worker housing here, but I'm a little reluctant to do that until we get the power solved. and probably the water here in just a second. So I think we're just gonna chill. We could build an industry 2. Where are we at on our staff? We're at the halfway point. I really want to be able to build armored infantry armies. I want 2 of them at minimum before we declare war. We are easily using up all of our IP every turn. I think we're gonna do it. Normally I would want to put it in the capital, but the capital is going to be tied up for 4 turns building more power. What's my total BP gen? We can look. 878 is my total. We still have 3 or 4 councils to put in though, so we'll definitely be able to use that up. I'm really seriously thinking about industry 2. It's going to cause some more power problems, but we're kind of sort of resolving that. I have the metal at the moment. I think we do it.
Yes.
All right, I'm in. 68. I'm also kind of thinking, what is the cost of metal at the moment? I'm not paying that. I was gonna say, maybe it's worth it just buying it to have some, but it's not. It's too expensive. Cole the Reaper says, hey, Babel didn't respond fast enough yesterday, but yeah, you can mind it. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. So does the tundra not, or I guess the plain snow, not follow the same rules of water quality that other places do? Because it does say it is 9 unlimited, which is shocking to me. You think that this wouldn't be pure, but I guess it could be. It wouldn't be salty because it's snow, and it wouldn't have dissolved heavy metals in it because it's snow. Yeah, Teat Big is like, this is literally like the Yukon or the Californian gold rush. We have 3 metal mines, we have 2 oil reservoirs, and we have water. Teat Big has big things coming if we can ever get it up and running, which we are struggling a little bit. We are struggling. You know what? Maybe we can make the workers a little happier. So we have a zone card. We could give them some worker privileges. Some extra happiness and loyalty. You know what? I like that. Let's do that.
We'll go.
The people of Teat Big rallied in the streets to show their support. 4 happiness, 3 loyalty. And we'll give them some worker privileges.
We'll go.
Their happiness increased by 21. Non-workers got a -8. I am okay with that. What's that look like now? Yeah, that looks a lot healthier. We might play that a couple turns in a row. We have a lot of those cards just sitting in our hand. Okay, next, spy ring. I need more info on yellow. Quite a bit more.
Order acknowledged.
Got him. And do it again.
Order acknowledged.
And do it
Order
again.
acknowledged.
And again.
Acknowledged.
Again.
Acknowledged.
Again.
Acknowledged.
Okay, mini spies have been sent down there. We also have call to power. We target major regimes that we're not in a military pact with. When we play it, difficulty is target regime popularity divided by 2 plus their soldier morale plus target regime inverse meritocracy profile. Covert op skill roll is made by our secret service. Increased by autocracy. Success roll 1d4% of soldiers start rebelling, morale drop. Critical success 2d4% of soldiers rebel. Failure, we lose relations. That's fine. So we're gonna start using that on blue when we're ready to fight. Either we piss them off or we get rebels in their territory. Both of those are good for me. All right. Ooh, we have a grand convention. We're also still losing a stupid amount of money. Maybe we do need to get the sales tax. I hate to do that though. I really want that money in the private economy at the moment. Oh, I didn't know that, Dim Bones, man. He says you need at least one spy card in order to be able to generate the team and ring cards. So you may want to keep one in your hand. I didn't know that cards looked at that. I thought the only card thing was there was a maximum of each type of card that you could have. Interesting. You still have reserves. Yeah, if you talk about money, my economy is the efficiency drive. That is what my economy runs on. We are down, just like at work, we're down to 1/8 ply toilet paper. You get dirtier every wipe. Wolf says, I feel like it's quite a good, quiet time to focus hard on metals, industrial capacity, and minimum amount of everything else to support it. Yeah, I can't build that city any faster than I currently am. That is our holdup. So I want to get them happy, because if we had better workers, we would build faster. So this is our priority right now. This is #1 priority, and kind of a #2 right here. I kind of want to get this spot. I like this as a choke point if we do have a war with yellow. This is a pretty good choke point. A whole 1/8. Well, I mean, the next one down is 1/16. Dim Bones, man, do you know if they talk about that in the manual? I've read the manual and I don't remember ever seeing that. The manual's pretty good for this game, I thought, so that's really surprising to me. I believe you, but it's just surprising to me. Elections were held. Reformist Circle won the election with 45%. Discovered fuel in Teetbig. Egotism. 1 turn, it is going to start diminishing. Water purification. Okay, here we go. If you're short on water, the idea might be interesting. It's basically very simple and just a matter of piping all of our public and private installations and housing in order to recycle used water. Once researched, the water purification plant should give the zone extra water income. That's going to be nice. We're going to get that. Okay, Supreme Tasks. Yeah, no changes there. That's been fine. I don't currently want to make any customizations. Battle Dojo. We will definitely allow them to continue because I would love to give extra XP to our units. Yeah. Everyone who invested early in Teetbig is very happy. Okay, we did have enough workers to finish the uni. Let's get, next up is going to be housing. That'll really help. It'll keep the workers here and they'll stop moving around so much. All right, but we're going to do the same strategy again. We're going to go to zones. We're going to do a popular rally.
Wilco.
7 happiness, 2 loyalty. And just before I play the other one, yeah, we're plenty happy. Then we're going to do some worker privileges.
Wilco.
All right, 94 population, 63 worker happiness. And we're just going to keep pumping that every single turn. Okay, I don't like this. What's up with that? Oops. That seems suspicious to me. All right, we're gonna shift around a little bit. Okay, that's cool. This is very uncool with how spread out I am. All right, here we need a road. And if we're gonna go for defense here, I would rather have the road come in from the north. So 1, 2 more spots. Oh, and there's something here. Okay. All right, well, I mean, there's a reason we were deploying this direction. Non-aligned free folk. All right. Get in or get out. That's all I have to say. Get in or get out. All right, Greywater. What are you building? Domes. Good choice. They're struggling to get their apartments up, but they're getting there. Okay, down here we are still not super duper happy. Let's take some look. Our population's very happy. Our workers are not. Diminished by 1 point due to low quality of life versus national civilization. Increased by 2 for food. -1. Okay, so the private pay is higher than what we are paying. They're paying 7 credits to the private, and we are only paying 5, I'm sure. Okay. I don't think I want to start messing with pay, though. That gets into a whole thing with other cities. That's going to hurt Teat, so I don't want to do that. So I think we are going to raise the quality of life here. Actually, hold on. Is everyone in a house? Yes. So, housing. 100% of our workers are housed, and there are 63% of our population housed because there's spare. Okay. So, then we want to construct, and we want a government. Oh, we got to go up to tier 2 before I can get any better, though. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. We would need to get you to grow, and I think we can only grow at... 25,000 people. We're at 12. I'm going to need to think on that one a little bit. Nope, no deaths today, Floodwater. It's been a very buildy episode for the most part. Okay, 1 turn on solar. We finished the apartments here, and I think we were just big chillin'. No. We were building industry. Yes. 3 turns on the power plant. Okay, not much else to say about that. We already played our cards here. All right, I had a grand convention.
Understood.
Go. Ooh, critical success. All leader relations plus 8%. 20 XP for all leaders. We like that. We like that a lot. Also, wait a minute. I just thought of something. That slaver's still here, isn't he? Slave trader. He's not causing any problems at the moment. All right, call him up. Buy 2,000 population.
Yes.
You are free now. Free to work for me. We should be doing that a lot. I keep mentioning, but there's no pop growth basically in this game. It's very minuscule. So anything that increases population is very powerful. And I will trade 2,000 credits for 2,000 pops every turn. Every turn. Yeah, we need to be doing that a bunch, which also means we need to be running efficiency drives. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it sounds like there's some problem somewhere on YouTube, Slice. You're not the only person who's mentioned that. It's not me. I can pretty much say that. Luckily. I wonder where they're having problems. I'm just gonna go double check myself. Yeah, we're good. Midwest thing. I've had some weird ones. Like years ago, there was a problem where I could only connect to the YouTube server in my state, and I couldn't connect further. So I could only watch videos that happened to be mirrored on that server, and it lasted like an entire afternoon. There may also just be a wider internet problem somewhere. But I am 95% certain it is not me, so hooray. Araska says, it's actually kind of crazy to me the game as granular as this just treats slaves as a way to exchange money for increased population. I suppose so. I mean, would adding another population type change much? Like, we already have free folk, free population and workers. I don't know if adding slaves really changes much here. We suffered no losses. It also could just be the routing too, guys. Even if you're in the same state, if one of you guys is routing north and one of you guys is routing south, the internet is a series of tubes. It's very complicated. Hey, there's our bazookas. Read them and weep, Droog. Read them and weep. We got the bazookas. We also discovered propeller engines. Okay, but hear me out. Neither one of those is assault rifles. Literally the only thing we don't have here. Well, and high-speed machine guns, I suppose. What the heck? So we just got propeller. So that was our military tech. All right. It is what it is. Still a sore point. Oh, I'll trade you for automatic assault rifles. Incident with Levant. There's been a rather embarrassing incident. You should know about what I did. The Secret Service was arresting some men in a pub where I was having a drink. I questioned them and we got in a brawl. Some people got injured. All right, we will reverse that decision. National budget. Okay, we are overfunding our councils up here, so I'm going to lower those a little bit for the time being. And we don't really need the model. Like, we're not really doing much with model at the moment. You know what I really want is staff council. I would really like to get that order of battle up and running. I think we're going to take staff council up to like 20%. I've never funded them that much. All right, do it. No changes on the eco. We will develop a bazooka, even though I probably... Wow, we already had RPGs before we even discovered the unit. That is hilarious.
Copy that.
All right, we will get one just in case. Emerald Sea worker strike. Is that legal? I'm actually going to use the military here because I don't want to switch over to Diplo. We succeeded. We only killed 400 militant workers. Okay, Union Junction wants to be a minor city. I don't want to upgrade them, but I'm kind of thinking we have to. I need to upgrade the power, and if I did upgrade them, we could upgrade the mine. All right, I'm in. Spies in Brythorn Dominion have found info. Okay, so let's go take some looks here. Regimes, Brythorn. Okay, tech, military, eco. Okay, we don't have a better view than this. So, Heart Meritocracy Government, Meritocracy Fist Government, Mind Merit. Okay, I think we can work with these guys. These aren't horrible. Humanists would probably be the most likely to make peace with me. Doctrinists would probably be okay. All right, let's try to help the shrine educators. Yeah, let's try to help the shrine educators.
Roger that.
We'll start trying to shift their politics a little bit. Democratic activists request asylum. Okay, so they're fleeing from them. I would love to actually lower our diplomacy. It's only going to piss off one person. Yeah, no, we're not going to interfere. He says as he interferes. We do not get involved in foreign politics. High-speed machine guns require assaults. Makes sense. Blaster says, Drew, see what happens when you have good military designers. Why is cap worker happiness in the 50s? Probably civ level, if I had to guess. We haven't built a lot of the basics here. They are most mad about quality of life. Yeah. We've just been building up a storm and haven't had time to circle back around. 2 turns on solar panels, so it's not changing anytime soon. Okay, working on apartments. All right. We are. Oh, they walked away. Nice. I'll take that. I'm kind of picking the defensive spots here. Okay, this is a little stretched, I will admit. Okay, where did you go, buddy? That was a bad choice. Alright, and then you can redeploy where you should be. Alright, road. Dirt road. Ah, we're 1 square off. 1 hex off. Alright. Alright, is what it is. Okay, next turn we will finish apartments here. We can't do anything here basically for a while. That place is just going to be big chillin'. Okay, we did finish our solar panel 3s. So next turn we'll see what our power is doing. Hopefully it's going to be a little better. That's going to be kind of sketch. I do want to get worker housing here so we don't have problems. Worker apartments. Yeah. Okay, here. 2 turns left on Industry 2. 2 turns left on solar panels. And then up here, we were playing our cards. Zone cards. Popular Rally.
We'll go.
Population Happiness plus 10. Population Loyalty plus 3. Some worker privileges. You know what? I think I'm going to even start doing the same thing in Greywater. How are you guys feeling? They just need some worker privileges. All right, you guys can have a 5-minute break every day.
We'll go.
Don't they know they have great quality of life? Other companies worry about getting eaten by monstrous alien giant spiders. Yeah, people are in greats. Drew, does he like you? Because that affects things greatly. Could you give him a advisor? Hey, X. That went down better? Well, that's good. I'm glad. Way fewer crabs spawned. Axe has crab problems. Check. 5-minute break and 1 free item from the vending machine. Ooh. Man, I don't know if our budget could handle that. Have you looked at the price of stuff in vending machines lately? Okay, this is what it is. I can't rush that any faster. Well, I can send our couple colonists. I'm kind of tempted to start recruiting colonists, in all honesty. No, I better not. I want to get some more units out, but I also don't have the food for it. So kind of a double whammy there. I think that's everything. 15 points left. Okay, I have the money. Let's call up the slaver again. Yep, give me 2,000 pop. This is gonna pay dividends at some point. We've bought like 10,000 pop at this point. Invincible crabs, that's amazing. Pull up the unit card for those crabs and post a screenshot on the Discord for me, Axe. I'm really curious to see what their feats and stuff are. Yeah, like giant metal crabs. Remember, crabs and dominions have untyped damage, so they could slice right through your armor. Not getting any armor protection there. Very, very rare to have untyped damage. I guess that'd be similar to those iron pig units you can summon too. Iron crabs. maybe, okay, so there's a lake in Japan where there's these crabs that look like samurai helmets, and there's a superstition that they are, I believe they were like drowned bodyguards of a princess who drowned. And so there was unnatural selection where the people wouldn't eat the crabs that looked like samurai helmets. So all the crabs in the lake now look like samurai helmets. Maybe on your planet, there was like some sort of Godzilla monster that reincarnated as your crabs. Abductions in Emerald City. Okay, we got to get rid of that guy. I forgot about that. We didn't have that one. Later phases of crisis of egotism. In all honesty, we have ridden this egotism thing out super easy. Enforcement 69. Nice. All attack, bonus, tax. Having heart in our profile helps a ton with egotism. And then our grand conventions are also helping a ton. All right, can we stop this idiot? Success. I managed to limit the damage. We lost like 4,000 people. That sucks. That's 2 turns of buying. Think I'm made of money? Okay, we are still super struggling here. And we just don't have enough people is what it comes down to. Okay, we need to do something about this. This is not sustainable. Emerald City. Who has the highest pop? You're pretty big. Okay. I think we are going to do it out of the capital, though. Get me the governor on the line. Zone orders. All right. I want no recruits, and instead, I want 500 colonists. And we will pay you 1,000th of a credit.
Roger
Yes.
that.
So we're going to recruit the same amount of people. We're just getting colonists instead of soldiers. We will still have 500 recruits. We have various features that are giving us free recruits. So yeah, we're going to be slower, but we're still fine. You have Godzilla crabs. That's amazing. Are they cooler than chitinous giant carnivorous beavers? That's the question. Would it be worth it to go to war with the faction? That is the plan. I am waiting on 2 things. We are currently operationalizing the armored infantry unit. This is my preferred early game attack unit. It's going to be infantry in trucks supporting tanks. I find it very powerful. Very good. And I kind of want the medal, but I don't think we can wait for the medal. So we're going to have to go before that's finished. Okay, happiness here is actually kind of solved at the moment. I will send them
Wilco.
the colonists. Right here. I do kind of want to hold that if I can. Yeah, we are pretty much maxed out in that area. All right, here. Mr. Buggy. I think we're fine. Get them, boys. Every time I see this game, I think I'd like it, but then I'm like, nah.
Accomplished.
I really like multiplayer. Multiplayer seems that's totally not true. Look up the. Hang on, I can get it for you. There's a Discord that is huge into it. Let me give you the name here. You can judge for yourself, but I'll point the way. I do agree. This game would probably be really fun in multiplayer, but damn, it would be slow. The server is called the War of the Worlds, if you can find it. That is, to my knowledge, the biggest Shadow Empire's Discord. We had a death! Union! Oh no, Union! You honestly lived longer than you probably should have. He was only a cap 2, but man, he hit like a cap 4. What a champion. He started getting too heroic. That was the problem. There was literally no reason for him to die here. Can I get a few F's in chat for Union? What a way to go. What a way to go. We already have replenishments coming. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. It's a good thing we named a town after him. We were kind of at the edge of our supplies here. All right, you that way. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right, yeah, you just chill. Can I get this road? I can't. All right. I'm reluctant to do it because we're having so many problems elsewhere, but I think I need to do it. Do we have? Okay, we cannot reach here. So we're gonna need to pave this and then hope that we can reach where I want to build. So here, sealed road. I cannot afford it. Oh. Because it built through a stupid square. Hang on, I think we can fix that. We'll have to do it next turn. All right, we'll fix that next turn. We could get that way cheaper. All right, let's take the sealed road to here. I think we can do it. I hope we can do it. All right, strat-wise, efficiency.
Understood.
Okay, success, 1,500 credits, excellent. We do have enough money. All right, well, we got to buy some replacements for all those people who got killed.
Yeah.
Slave trader. We will buy.
Yes.
All right, and go. Yeah, poor Union. He did not deserve that. I believe it is only play by email. I know, I hate that too. I haven't used the Dominion 6 server, but I definitely think that helps get people into multiplayer. When I was doing Dom 5 multiplayer with friends, we used a Discord server and one of our members programmed a bot for us. So we would put them into the Discord channel. The bot would grab the files, would run the turn, would put the new turn file in there. And then we had it set up where we were kind of like, it was an auto ping thing that we would know when a new turn posted. It was very convenient. There is one, Arasaka. It's called Heroes and Dungeons or something like that. I know Nookrum's played it. DOS Tactic has probably played it. And Battle Mode has definitely played it. He died doing what he loved, charging entrenched positions. They just moved. That was not an entrenched position. I'm sure my descendants will carry on my traditions. Well, in your honor, we discovered some more metal in Greywater. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Greywater is further along than Teetbig. Time of efficiency. Okay, here's another one. I think we need like double the amount of Zeitgeists. There are far too few of these. We have operationalized armored infantry corps. It's happening. Okay, archaeological effort, investigate leader, expel population, field training, Merc inspiring, model design,
Copy
no
that.
changes. Minor worker strike, because of course. All right, we will bribe them.
Sir.
New commander, all right. Tommy Berg is gonna take over in the footsteps of Union. Tommy, you got big shoes to fill. Apparently, my main attack force is doomed to be commanded by Cap 2s. Godspeed, Tommy. Godspeed. I mean, to be fair, you've seen more. Anyone in the red shirts has seen more of the world than anyone else. Okay, my supplies are getting here, by the way. I want sealed road, and we want to go this way. I didn't know there was a hill here that it built through. So that was a little bit of an oops. Because I totally did not mean to do that. I like this positioning better, but I wouldn't have done it if I saw that. So this will be good. I think we are going to do this. Like, we are a go here. So I want construct, logistics, a new zone, truck station.
Aye, aye, sir.
All right. And we can't really... no, I guess we can with that road here. I was gonna say we can't really go further, but we can. All right, we don't know where those guys went. They were in this direction. All right, let's not run our tank out of the road yet. Okay, you, uh-oh. Is that the one we just discovered? It sure is, isn't it? Okay, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6! Yes! Oh man, we are getting lucky tonight. I've never been so excited to discover metal. And it's 6 accessibility, 45,000. All right, well, whatever this town becomes, this town is now important also. Man, the Western frontier is where the money's at, man. Forget those cat girl NFTs that we're printing over here in Emerald City. It's all about the precious metals in the West. Yeah. Why are you all the way back here still? Up there. Okay, and I probably do need a unit to sit here. Let's go raise a formation. I want an independent, and I want a flak unit. Yeah. We never even looked at those. How well did that design come out? 106? Yeah, it's all right. The weapon rolled absolutely horrible, but that's okay. All right, there we go. Black gun deployed. And you know what? You don't have anyone here either. Let's do that. So another flak here. I think I'm just going to run through and do that while I'm thinking about it. We're going to be very happy if we ever get attacked by planes that we have those. And if we don't, it's still 500 soldiers to defend the town and help with events. Oops. That's formation. Okay, we can't afford the flak this turn. It's an IP problem. Okay, is what that is. Coming back up here, buildings. We are struggling, but working on it. Send more workers. Sent. And how we feeling? We could use some worker privileges. Zone. Worker privileges. Go. Okay. We'll get you there. Okay, same thing here. So, strat, worker privilege. And nope. Greywater Gulch. Plus 13, we love it. Okay, down here. Okay, we have stabilized pretty well here. Yeah, that's fine. So really, we're just waiting for population. We have 17,000. We need 25 to go up in levels. That's why buying this population is so powerful. They're pushing out and moving around, and so this is helping all of our towns essentially. And they're only 600 credits for 2,000 pop. Yes. Now you do actually take a penalty for having that slaver here. It's not pure bonus. We are getting a pop happiness decreased by -6. So that is significant. But for the time being, I'm willing to eat that. Yes, we can, J-Rob. Give me a minute. All right, what are we doing here? We finished the Solar 3. We are still losing some power over here. We just finished, because we just finished Industry 2. Emerald City also just finished solar panels. Okay, we're gonna give it a turn and let things settle and see what's what. I need food, I need water. Food's becoming a thing. We're below 3,000. Okay, I think we just need to do some quality of life here quick. This is kind of a problem. Let's get the university first. All right, in Union Junction, we need more worker housing. And I think I'm willing to commit to that. All right, worker apartments. Like we are gonna, water's gonna be a thing here in a second too. All right. Gotta get this done, guys. You gotta get this done. You're killing me. Absolutely killing me. All right, we did all the moves we were gonna do there. Brelick says, so at least even then in Dom 4, you could sit down and active game as long as you did a Hamachi or something. Set your own direct connection or LAN. Yep, you definitely could. Can't post pics in the members channel. If you didn't link your 2 accounts, I believe that is true, Axe. Otherwise, I have a problem, so I'm gonna need to look at that. Maybe I've been playing too much Dwarf Fortress. Building a city on a volcano tower sounds fun. Yeah, you totally could. In season 3, we lived off of volcanic power. That literally fueled our engines. We ended up building like 4 volcano power plants, something like that. Okay, that is what that is. All right, people wanted me to look at Yellow's territory, so yeah, we have a lot more information. And it is just as scary as we thought. He did nom this guy, which is very disappointing. I really was kind of hoping we could have gotten this. And I was wrong. That wasn't his capital. His capital was over here. That's gonna suck because taking the capital is always nice because I'll have his best upgrades. That's a long ways away from Emerald City. That's a long march to Berlin. That's like maybe even second SHQ distances away. And I really hope that's not the case because that is complicated. And even if we take blue, we'll get equal territory, but look at how many actual cities he's taken. We've had a lot of empty land around us. We only took Union Junction and Wasteland Miles. We've founded everything else we own. So he has way, way, way more population. He even has oases. We hate that. We hate that a lot. We want to own the oases. They're mine. He's definitely still fighting over here, it looks like. That is... And man, this terrain doesn't look very friendly either. That is gonna be a thing. And who knows, maybe we'll be friends. It is possible. Okay, 15 points. We can't do much. We already bought population. All right, let's run the turn. I like to put him in there like that, Dimbones Man. A, just because if we get surprise attacked and bomb somewhere, but B, I can strat move them around wherever I actually need them. So think about them. It's kind of like a National Guard armory is kind of what I consider those. Maybe we can fight both yellow and blue as a treat. You've watched some of my other content, huh? It's very unusual we're not in a 3 or 4 or 5-way war at this point. It's a walker. Oh, yeah, because the crab is so big, it counts as a walker. Walkers suck. That was the problem we had with those beavers. They were walkers too. Can you sit in psychics? No. There's no magic powers. Part of the backstory is there's this like the shadow in Shadow Empires is this like nano machine quantum AI thing that was created a long time ago and is very mean. But beyond quantum magic of that thing, there is no other. It's relatively realistic. I would love a game at this level for fantasy. That would be really cool. And if you could actually have like the fantasy races or procedurally generated races, like how this game makes the aliens, that'd be pretty cool. We killed 400 infantry. I missed where that was. Volcanic energy tapping. My. I may have just acquired a volcano. That could be a solution to a problem. We designed Panzer Scare because it's a bazooka. Get it? I do. Okay, where was that battle? Not VidCom. History. No, not VidCom. History. Battle. Okay, over in the west. Got it. No surprises. I don't want to be too aggressive here. Yeah, because we're going to run out of distance. All right, you pull back to there. You do capture me a volcano. Yeah, he's basically out of effective range of me doing anything to him. But you're not. All right, we'll set up to deal with him. He's near my metal. That was his first mistake. And we will go ahead and road to the metal. And that'll help the supply situation here. Okay, let's do our decisions. I already got it distracted. Reformist Circle demands we hire their candidate. Hang on a second. Are you still the same purple faction, or are you a new purple faction? No. Okay, you're the same purples. You like commerce, autocracy, and heart. We have a weird mix this game. We have nobody who's perfect, but we have people we can work with. Makes it very interesting, I guess. Yeah, nobody here likes my actual profile. That is weird, but at least these aren't miserable. We've been able to work with all these people. I don't really like these guys. I don't really want autocracy, so I'm not going to take their candidate. Wubble could be mad if he wants. Interior tasks, no changes. We didn't get any new tech that's going to change anything here, so no new orders. Gladiator Sensei will do nothing, because I can't afford that. Open contact. An envoy from Brythorn Dominion has entered the territory. He requests to open a line of communication. Accepted. That could be good or that could be bad. We need our foreign council. Brythorn Dominion, its sin turns against us. They seem to be swaying the high leader. Majority of the opposition is rather slim. A minor political influencing operation might decrease their majority. That is a very high fail chance. Dragon, you need to make this roll. Let's get you a shadow spy. And let's get you a shadow diplomat.
Roger that.
And let's pray. People are going to be happy that I tried this. We can soak the intelligence. Yeah, we're fine there. I hope we succeed here. This could be bad. Slaver is strong. Please nerf Slaver. Blood magic is not micro enough. Babel needs logistics. Oh no. No, he does not. It's an oratory, not a diplo. You are correct. All right, well, the cards still sit on them. They don't expire, so that's fine. All right.
Roger that.
57, we failed. This is why we need an actual foreign diplomacy section. But we only took it to cold, so that's not the worst. Could we plea for friendship?
Copy that.
Went up by 9 points. All right, we're gonna be doing some friendship making. 2 turns on apartments. Send in the colonists. Nothing else I can do there. Okay. Here. You're actually doing pretty good. We're missing VidCom. And then
Aye, aye, sir.
we have the basics. All right, here it's not ready this turn. Yeah, not ready this turn. We have upgraded. How are you guys feeling? You're feeling really good. All right, I don't have the metal to make more industry, which is what I would like to do. We could use some more bureaucracy. Yeah. All right. Go ahead and build me bureaucratic offices through. Actually, hold on. Did we get all the workers housed here? No. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Let's get the apartments first.
Yes.
All right. But bureaucracy maybe in their near future. Okay. Union Junction. Yeah. You are not housing enough people, but we're already working on that. Yes. Emerald City. We're working on Uni. Okay. We're trying our best here. We're trying. All right. How are we feeling? We feel like we need some workers bonuses. Zone, target, teat big with worker privileges.
Wilco.
Plus 13. All right, I'm going to save this last one to make sure we can keep this rolling. Friendship begging is a legit strategy. Yep. Play a hive mind. There is the arachnid faction in this game. For some reason, they're a hive. So these guys are a hive mind. They used to be domesticated spiders that we used for space age silk materials, but they went feral when the apocalypse happened. Might need a train. Surprisingly enough, our logistics are holding out pretty well. We are getting to the point that we're going to start stretching. But no, we're only on truck station 2 also in our capital. Although we also are not shipping ammunition around. Ammunition will cause problems. So, you know. We could Boomtown Teatbig. Maybe. Maybe. Right now... I don't hate that idea, actually. I was gonna save those points, but this is really important. This is really important. We could Boomtown them. What do you give? 10d10 times 100. So I'm gonna roll like crap. So let's say I roll straight 2s. So that would be 2,000 pop. Not bad. That's 1 turn of slavery, but you know. All right, J-Rob, you're in. We'll do it. Let's make sure we're targeting the right town.
Wilco.
4,700 people. Now, hopefully they won't move away too quickly. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That's going to help a ton here. And we're going to finish the apartments next turn. That'll also help keep them here. Okay, yeah. Good plan. I like it. Are there other factions? No. You make your own faction, but when I say make, all you do is you answer some questions at the beginning of the game that give you your starting profile. I'll show it when it's my turn again. But the profile is not set in stone. Like, it's fluid as we make choices. I guess you also pick your flag and your name. Because we're all just humans. Like, there are aliens, I guess, but not playable aliens. When I've done, this is season 5 for me of this game. Season 1, I did a lot more tutorialization, and in my opinion, the most enjoyable watch is probably season 3. It takes a couple episodes to really get going, but I feel it's a good example of the game. So if you're interested in seeing the early game, both of those series are pretty good for seeing it. This one's fine too, but I haven't been doing as much tutorializing, especially because we came off of a rapid loss right before we started this one. So I'd already kind of done some of that last season. All right, just lots of shifting around on my borders. Who's attacking this? Defender stood firm. We killed 1,100. I didn't get to see where that was. Rare metals in Teatbig. Recycling facility closed. Time of efficiency. Automatic rifles. Okay. Light armor army. I believe that's the non-truck version. Also can be pretty good. A dopinator. Okay, we're finally getting some of the high-tech stuff. All right, start me off. Where was that battle? Oh, that was not me. No, not aligned forces. Why did you show me over here? That was us. Why are you showing me over here? He's having a rebellion right now, I think. That's mighty interesting. I don't know where that fight was. Motion or civilization level reaches. I'm gonna accept that. We're gonna do some quality of life stuff. Managers want their own mess hall. Project leaders at the staff council are unhappy they have to take their lunch in the same mess hall as the common bureaucrats. According to them, it prevents them from discussing sensitive information and is hurtful to bringing a sense of proper hierarchy to the staff council. No matter what, people are going to be mad. We'll make everyone a little mad. There you go. Secret Service, no changes. Okay, you guys. How'd we do? Most people stayed. Okay, excellent. We finished the apartment building. Also excellent. Immediately, let's build the hospital.
Wilco.
2 more quality of life buildings, and then we should be relatively set over here. How we feeling? We're feeling okay, but I am going to play the card anyways. Zone. Worker privilege. Right zone. Go.
Wilco.
All right, we are almost on our feet here. There's another rare. Wow, look at the mineral wealth up here. I am so glad. I am so glad that I founded a city up here. That is going to be awesome. All right, and over here.
Move out.
Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. Messing with my troops. Who do you think you are, buddy? All right, we can maybe take this little defensive spot. And my tank. Let's just get on the road and we'll just sit there for now. All right, we're kind of at the edge of our supplies. There's no reason to do that. All right, I think we're just going to chill here for the time being. All right, everyone's favorite zone border time. All right, and we're going to go... probably just to like right here, I would say. And then kind of up from there. Okay, all that. And then, yeah, let's do this. Sure. This should cut off and connect properly. I don't know. We've had hit and misses with it, so I just like to do it manually. There we go. Done. All right, you guys then finished the truck station. The first thing we build from now on is always going to be the worker apartments. So worker apartments get started. Okay, nothing else I can do there. Gray water, 1 turn on their vidcom. I mean, we're doing fine. We just need more time to grow. 3,000 people did move in down here, though. That's good. Okay, wasteland. Working on the apartments. Okay, food is becoming a major issue. Why did our food jump that badly? What just happened there? Okay, they're working on apartments. We're also, I didn't notice this, we're actually getting some high-tech parts out of our rare salvage spot. I really want to up our hydroponics, but that's going to reopen the power wound. It uses so many less people, though. I have to feed our workers. I think we are going to do it. Population in teabag? Oh, that could be. And we did a shipment of food up there. Okay. I'll buy that for a credit, J-Rob. That still is showing that we're having some food insecurity, though. That does need to be dealt with. But I would like to get the last... We still need hospital and vidcom. I would really like to get these in here. If we can snake our way into that. And did you finish the power? You did. We could up the size of this city, and we could immediately start a solar panel 4 here also. We definitely could. This also would work. We're paying a lot less workers here. I think we're going to do it down here in Wasteland. So we can't currently upgrade because we need to go up to a size 4. All right, get me Shinosuke on the line. So, no. Upgrade city. Apparently I can't do that this turn. All right, call me the slavers then. We'll free another 2,000 pop for only 400 credits. There you go. A little cannibalism. Oh, people are too precious, man. People gotta work. We don't got time for cannibalism. Okay, this is looking way healthier already. I like that. And we're pretty happy here for this turn, so I don't need to fiddle with that. All right, I could play literally for hours and hours more, but that is going to have to be it for us tonight. We are over time already, and yeah, I definitely cannot do that. So, ooh, and there's yellow on our border. Okay, as a final act before we end tonight, I am going to grab another MG unit, I think. We've waited a long time. Let's get a... Yeah. Machine gun. Yeah, another unit to go defend down there. You guys will totally remind me that that's where they're going next time, right? Okay, so... Let me think. Today is Wednesday. On Friday, we have Dominions. It's going to be Raga. We are very close to the end. We have Raga, Patala, and Lemuria as our last 3 late age nations. So coming to a head for late age here relatively soon. I assume I am probably going to be streaming on Sunday after that. I probably won't do a bonus stream on Saturday, but there's a small chance. So if you want to not trust YouTube to give you a notification, you're welcome to join the Discord. And I always do an @everyone before I go live. You're much more likely to get the notification on Discord than you are from YouTube. So just a little plug there. Everyone's free to join. You don't have to be a member or anything. If you are, you can tie them together for some benefits, but everyone's free to get in there. Beyond that, don't forget to leave a like on the stream if you enjoyed it. That helps me a ton. YouTube's been fiddling with their algorithm, and it's not showing the channel to new people very much. So the likes help a ton. Sharing it to other people who might enjoy the content helps even more. I really appreciate that. If you're not a subscriber, I hope I've earned your subscription here. We play all kinds of games, lots of strategy, lots of other stuff. So I like to imagine there's something for everyone. And if you want to go above and beyond, you can always leave a super thanks on a VOD, join me live for a super chat, consider checking out the Patreon linked in the channel information, or become a member here on YouTube. As a member, you get early access to videos I'm working on. That has been pre-games, but it's other things. Like tomorrow's video is going to be checking out Void War. So if you're interested in that, that video will go live tomorrow. But if you're a member, you can watch it right now, including the second episode. You can see how it ends. And beyond that, thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for teaching me. I'm learning tons. I feel like I've learned several things that will make our next run even better. So enjoying Shadow Empires a lot. Vic, hurry up with Pax Republica. I need my DLC. Hurry, please. All right, that's going to be it for me, guys. I'm going to play us out with an ad here. I will catch you on Friday. That's going to be it. Babble out.